Welcome out, gamers and gamettes, to this RGL.GG Invite Highlander Season 17 lower bracket grand finals taking place between Witness Gaming and Squirtyay. We saw last week Witness Gaming upset by Run It Back in the upper bracket finals in one of the best performances of any team we've ever seen, sending the 1 seed down into the lower bracket where they're going to have to take on Squirtyay for a chance to fight their way back into the grand finals. I am Alto, joined by Zach to my side, Dolphin behind the camera as always. Zach, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. You know, nice Saturday night, some Saturday weekend Highlander coming out. I haven't partaken in weekend Highlander in quite a long time, but will be this 1 versus 3 seed matchup. Winner goes to the grand finals to face Run It Back for that title. And we're going to have an interesting one here tonight because of some drama that went off behind the screen. We already have a lot of players in the server, so I'm going to go ahead and run down rosters real quick so we can talk about the pick ban, because that's where some of the juice is right now. On the side of Witness Gaming, going to be Pablo on Scout, Blank on Soldier, Melon on Pyro, Exile on Demo Man, Fluoros on Heavy, Hyphen on Engineer, Blake on Medic, Lenny on Sniper, and Def Joe on Spy.
If you'll give me a sec, on the side of Squirtyay, it will be Yate on Scout, Dur on Soldier, Figsy on Pyro, Kira on Demo Man, Dotwood on Heavy, Pickles on Engineer, Ray on Medic, Scouty on Sniper, and Pajaro on Spy. I do want to call out too, I'm not sure who's playing Spy for Witness.
Yeah, reports in the chat, and also Jacob's in the
Jacob's
server.
In the server, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so it's going to be Jacob coming on Spy. He sees his team drop lower bracket. On elimination point, he says, I'll do it myself. He's about to put on the Infinity Gauntlet. But I do want Dolphin bring up the maps, because you guys are about to see something that you've probably never seen in a best-of-3 matchup in any competition. As you can see, we have Squirtyay, Ben Prout, Witness, Ban Steel, Squirtyay back-to-back picks. You might be thinking, oh, is that a graphical bug? You know, maybe someone put the icon? No. Squirtyay did get to pick both maps, both the first 2 maps here tonight. And apparently there was a rulebook violation in which Witness did not submit their first pick in time, so they lost that right. They only got to pick map 3, the decider, despite being the higher seed. So even though Witness, again, they're coming from that upper finals, they're essentially the lower seed in seeding here from picks, while also having a higher chance of getting 0-2'd. So it's for a team that is the favorite here tonight, this is a pretty big hole to be starting in that you weren't expecting.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is even worse than being a lower seed too, because normally in a lower seed plays the upper seed's map, then their own map, and then they go to the upper seed's second map. Whereas here, if Witness Gaming wants to make their way back into the grand finals, they're gonna have to take one of these 2 Squirtyay maps back to back, where they're starting on Asheville and Swiftwater, which interesting picks, right? Because I think there's some arguments to be made for both of them, because we saw Squirtyay dismantle Froggyland on Asheville in the regular season, so we know that's a strong map for them. But on the flip side, you did see Witness Gaming have a pretty weak performance on double stopwatch against Run It Back last Monday, so is giving them a call the first thing the best idea? I can't say.
I think for Squirtyay, going with your max comfort is a fine choice. We know they're great at Asheville. They probably have practiced this map more than any others this season, so I think that they have confidence on it, and I'm fine with it. The Swiftwater pick is the one that's kind of, you know, raising my eyebrow a little bit, because we saw that Witness liked picking this map. They've picked it, I think, twice so far in playoffs in both their matches. If not, they definitely picked it last week, despite, you know, we saw the result, them get 0-2'd. They showed confidence on the map enough to want it themselves. Squirtyay saw the performance last week against Run It Back. They said, we're not scared of that. And they're like, we're going to run it on Swiftwater. Go for that 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, they have an opportunity here to, you know, make this not just a really big upset match, but a big upset season if Witness Gaming ends up not placing, because I think this may be the first time, you know, this group of players is not going to make placement in a long time, if ever.
Yeah, I wonder, well, they'd still be placed 3rd. They just wouldn't be grand finals, because this is top 3. But I wonder how long it's been since the first seed going into playoffs didn't make grand finals. Because we've seen them get knocked lower bracket before, but has one ever not made grands?
Pretty sure Cuties definitely did in season 7.
Alright,
I'm looking. Jacob has come first or second in invite in every season of Highlander inside of RGL.
Yeah, and the onus is on him tonight, subbing in. We haven't seen him play in a while, but he's gonna, if he wants to keep that streak of grand finals appearances alive, he's gonna need to show up here tonight, because we can talk a little about the players now. Quite frankly, the spy from Witness Gaming over the past couple weeks, Def Joe, has been lacking from what we would expect of the spy on a top 2 team. Obviously, coming back into the game after a long time away, especially on a class like Spy where the meta shifted so far away from your impact on that class, it's rough. And Witness Gaming just need any edges they can find now. They need anything to give them more stability, more playmaking potential, even just a bigger voice in comms, and Jacob can provide all of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. I'm a very good friends with Joe. I was excited to see him back, but did not de-rust in the appropriate amount of time. And, this would be a historic upset. This would be Jacob's first time not making grand finals. So, clearly, at this point, sometimes you have to make changes, if not through gameplay, through the roster, which is unfortunate. But we will be seeing Jacob show up tonight, and, I mean, Squirtyay really have the opportunity to do something special here.
Yeah, sending Witness Gaming out in 3rd place would be a huge overall season upset, and obviously Witness going to try to prevent that from happening. Again, starting down essentially 2 map picks, you have to go toe-to-toe against Squirtyay on 2 of their preferred maps, and it's not going to be the easiest match. Predictions are up, available for you guys to do if you want to. Leaning Witness, it looks like most people, but Squirtyay, they're hanging in there, and I do feel like that's a correct kind of read most people have, is that Witness, it's hard to say they're not the favorites, even with the form they showed last week, even with the map disadvantage situation. The team just has so many recognizable names. They make grand finals every time the core plays together. These 2 cores just have so much experience at top Highlander. And now, a lot of favor going Squirtyay's way. I would say Asheville would be the map they were going to take if there was any. So I do think this one's going to be close.
I think another important thing to note, too, is that Witness got kind of embarrassed last week, but not because there weren't easily identifiable issues, right? It wasn't like they completely shit the bed. It wasn't like they were constantly getting, they didn't let, Jay-Easy had a good game, but he wasn't, getting away with truly unspeakable things. He was getting a lot of picks, right? Nothing was easily identifiable, which leads me to feel that was more Rib being really, really, really good, and not Witness necessarily being substantially worse than we've seen them. Maybe it's easily not the best form they were in, but I don't know if you can look at last week, and other than maybe weaknesses on the stopwatch game mode, look at this and say, oh yeah, well, they were bad last week, so they're going to be bad this week again.
Yeah, that's why I feel like the heavy shift in favor of Squirtyay from the predictions may be a bit overreacting. Like, yeah, they did look weak last week, like you were saying, but again, this team has been so good for so long. One bad showing is not enough for me to lose all faith in them. And yeah, it is Koth, where this is the first Koth map they'll be playing since the first week of playoffs. But we'll see how well they can do on it as we get into Asheville.
This is the first Koth since they lost to somebody else on it.
Yeah. And there's going to be Witness Gaming on blue, Squirtyay on red as we get into the first mid.
Yep, Spam going back and forth. Dirt jumping over, going to get ran out by Pablo, forced into lower. That's going to be one of the scouts going down first. Lenny getting counter-sniped, though. So Scouty has the sightline control right now. Jacob and Pahar are both going to go down. Lots of frags being traded back and forth right now, but Scouty's going to take out Melon, standing tall, going to force everyone on Witness Gaming back. And so far, our first mid looking good right now for Squirtyay.
Yep, more players up in the end. Silver lining is that Blake did not go down there, managed to stay alive with 50 HP, so there will be an Uber in for contest for Witness very shortly as the cap is going to go over. Blue Walrus on this ramp side, taking a lot of damage, going to have to back up. Rest of his team trying to do some damage in the bombing. Over and out is the soldier for Witness Blank, trying to do some damage, but has to back up. Scouty gets sniped by Sticky, so Exile with a big opener to give them space, and, with 2 more players dying, that's just some really good drive pressure from Witness.
Yeah, really gonna, rebound from that mid, come back strong. Getting a sniper with Sticky spam is probably something that shouldn't happen, but they get it, they take advantage of it. Recap at only 23 seconds after losing the point the first time, and then you have to blow Uber for it.
Yep, and now Lenny posted on the point. No exchange happened there. It was just a peaceful back out after losing 3 players. So Squirtyay trying to make their way back in to make this fight happen. Lenny, though, such a big point of interest for this Witness Gaming side. We saw him pop off on those Koth maps earlier. We'll see if he can do the same here tonight as Jacob. Gonna get caught out in downtime. Uber gonna go across the point. A lot of damage being dealt onto these players trying to go in behind, but no one gonna die directly in the exchange. Both spies, everyone's off the field. Uber's gonna end. Demo Man getting rocked with the Kira, takes so much damage and then gets bombed. On the other side though, Blake is dead, got shot down by Scouty from Shutter. So now Witness operating on no heals, but they do have some good positioning, but Scouty still here, still doing damage, takes on Pablo.
We didn't talk enough about, I feel like, individual players, but I was gonna say, if Dotwet gonna take out
Jacob
Lord
Knife
and
melted.
Exile there. Yep, gonna take out Pixie with the revolver, but I'm gonna say, if there's someone that needs to show up for Squirtyay to win this Asheville, it is Scouty, and he is rolling right now. Getting that pick onto Blake was huge, gonna end up getting another pick in that fight, then gets another one there onto Lenny again. Lenny, 1 point, bottom of the scoreboard. Quiet 2 matches for him so far, both last week and this week.
Yep, right now up on 90%, Blake only on 30. It's a sack angle. There's a 30-second advantage for Witness. We're going to try and negate that here on this defense. I do see them on backs with a lot of players, but look at that. So we're going to be backed up in main. Scouty headshots Jacob trying to get across the point. It will be another headshot from Scouty, and Lenny goes down to a bomb from Dur. So Scouty and Dur combining for 4 kills instantly. Kira in no man's land right now gets popped up against a huge arrow and going to get his life saved.
Yeah, keeping Kira alive there is so big. That ramp collapse was massive. Scouty continuing to roll off shots. Unfortunately, no God Arrow to save Derek. He got launched into orbit, came crashing back down. But a clearly successful kind of first wave of this defense. Jacob trying to come back in from ramp. Gets some vision right there. Looks like now, yeah, I was going to see if he's on Dead Ringer. But Uber out of Cutter.
Yep, 3v3 Uber on the point. Lenny gonna get a snipe onto Pickles. No Mini gonna be available in this post. High bomb coming in from Dur. Tons of damage. Takes down Blake in the back of ramp. And just like that, Ray gonna have another big Uber ad. Witness trying to sack in. Hyphen's going all in, but it's not enough. It's just Jacob here in the backline. No one else could get through the defenders. And now time firmly in favor of Squirtyay, as is the Uber lead.
15 kill points for Scouty right now. 3 for Lenny. The snipers are the defining story. Scouty's forward, yep, looking up onto Bat. Gonna take 1 shot, misses it, and backs up. They're actually playing back right now. They're expecting sacks to come in. Ray with about a 25-30
Jacob's gonna go for
ad.
Scouty here. He needs to find this pick. He butter-ups the medic, can't get the sniper. He's gonna go down for it. Scouty's still on the field.
Big props to Ray there. Saw that coming in, took the stab, and saved their sniper. Gonna be forced onto Bat. Almost burned, but good air blast from Pixie. Puts out her med. Keeps Ray alive, 95, and that is going to be Lenny now winning the FPS onto Scouty, starting to get warmed up. Uber Ed's here, it's 30% though, either they go now or
They're
they
down
risk
4.
losing the ad.
Yeah, they're down 4. It's so hard to justify going. You're just going to have to wait and let Blake get this Uber. They just bled too many players in that back out. Scouty now back up. Look at Lenny on the same forward angle as Crate. Any pick he could find to delay this push would be huge. Devil Man about to peek him, takes the 150, but going to have to back up.
Yeah, unfortunately, they lost so many people there and couldn't use the ad. That said, big time lead gain. Still a minute in favor of Squirtyay right now, but ball also in their court. Scouty peeking Bat's going to try to find something. Nothing yet. 6 going over. Uber used around the boxes right here. Slightly better for Witness. Going in deep right there is Yate into Shutter. Chasing all the way alone in lobby. Uber's going to turn around, and there is Derek coming into the post. They were too busy with the scout. Blake caught out in Shutter. That's a med down, and Squirtyay ready to flood right back in here.
Yeah, so many kills in favor of Squirtyay. It's only 3 up for Witness as this backout has gone terribly wrong for them. Dirt being such a nuisance in the backline. We saw, I think it's Wish on Scout actually, runs in and just does so much distraction in the Shutter.
Oh, it is, yeah. The alias, I couldn't tell.
Yeah, all Wish and Sauce for those of you who know.
I see it, yeah.
Watching through the Dolphin cam, we don't have the aliases on, but with that, only 25 seconds left on the clock. Ray on 70%. If Squirtyay just get this Uber and pop back onto the contest from Witness, it should be a secured round.
Yeah, really. I mean, there's already at 85. Just need to make sure Ray doesn't drop playing in Shutter for a quick getaway, too. Jacob,
oh my God.
Hyphen, Lenny, Paro finds 2 right there. They're going to get some cap time back in, but I doubt... No, Uber popped out already. I'm not even going to let them get the cap. Walrus going to be hunted down. The fight still coming back in, but Scouty lands a shot onto Exile. Pablo next. Melon will join the corpse pile. Blake eats a direct, and that will be round 1 going over to Squirtyay.
Yeah, really good, solid round from Squirtyay there. Won the mid, came out, played pretty well all across the board, and of course Scouty popped off for the majority of that round. The rest of his team catching up towards the end, but with that, it's a 1-0 lead for Squirtyay on their opening map. We'll see how things go in the second mid. I want to see if Witness can actually manage to win a mid fight. I feel like I haven't seen them win a mid fight on Koth in so long.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't casted them in a while, too. But Scouty gonna lose the SPS right away.
Oh my god,
but
Dur!
2 dead immediately. The damage is huge. Everyone else is scattering. Second bomb to the mid from Dur. Gonna find Pablo. More damage on Blake. The man is on a mission right now. Gets 3 there, plus damage on the med.
And then
Actually
he takes himself out.
Yeah, Jacob. Oh, what 3 HP in secret? Are they gonna find him? No, he lives for it now. Just a tick of health left, but another dominant mid. I feel like we haven't seen Witness win a mid because you're confusing them with Team Fun in last season's playoffs.
Maybe. Yeah, but Dur just gets... How does he jump Shutter and just get like 6 total rockets off on the mid? That's crazy. And Scouty winning another SPS.
Oh my god, they can't even walk up.
Yeah, Squirtyay in their comfort zone right now. Both meds did die on mid, so they're both around 50% Uber. Witness tried to walk out making a dry play, but Scouty just immediately takes down the 2 classes that can make the most space. So what are you going to do? The answer is probably try to post Lenny up somewhere. Look at Fluor's going to run up, but can't stop Scouty from just dominating Exile. Yeah. 4 kills on the demo man.
I mean, we poke fun at Exile sometimes because he can die a little bit in some bad spots, but there's not a whole lot you can do right now.
Yeah, the sniper's standing uncontested crates looking at your bats. What are you supposed to do? Just walk?
Yeah, you gotta walk eventually, right? And sometimes that's gonna be going into the sniper. Scouty right now really not missing.
Yeah,
and Flu is getting whipped into lower by Blank for some kind of submarine play.
Uber's gonna get traded out
on point. They're going to wait for this heavy to come flank behind him here. Melon caught up. Going to probably go down. Oh, no, that's Figsy. Yeah, Figsy goes down. Pickle stabbed out. Kills coming in for Witness. And finally, a fight won for them. Ray staying alive will back out. But that seemed to have been the trick there. I don't think they knew about the lower pressure.
Yeah, props to the heavy play underneath. Drew a lot of pressure, and then Blank bombing it over the top, getting the cleanup onto the Demo Man, and Sniper secured that fight for them. And now Witness Gaming get their first cap of the round. They're about 1:20 behind, so it's a lot of time to make up, but they do have a small Uber ad, so they will not be hurting for that one anytime soon. It's about now we can see what Lenny can do on this defense. We saw Scouty be such an amazing force when he was put in this position. Lenny needs to step up.
I love this. Lenny playing end of fans, has Hyphen bodyguarding him there. And Jacob coming in finds Kira. That is a bad death. Dotwet gonna get sniped out. Dur going down. Tons of important, pushing classes here. Already dead for Squirtyay. Likely gonna be, an abort on this push as they wait for those numbers to get back up. But really good by Witness to find those. Just milks more time off the clock.
Yep, creeping closer and closer to that even time as both meds now up on Uber charge. Next exchange gonna come real quick from the side of Squirtyay. They're sending half their forces through ramp, the other half looks like they want to go Shutter. Dot on the they instantly pop. They didn't want to take a chance as Uber's gonna get exchanged on the point. No one's gonna go down immediately, but it is gonna be a huge headshot onto Wish.
Gnarly there, gonna find him. Scouty gets bombed out by Blank right there on Bats. Jacob gonna get caught up, but he will be the only frag here. Actually, no, they are gonna find Blank as well. But still, a good defense right there. Time about to tick over into their favor. Scouty, a lot more pressure put on him. Has not been in the kill feed nearly as much this round as last time. And Lenny finds Kira again.
Pajaro's in on the medic, and it's an easy stab for Pajaro, taking down Blake. Bomb over the top from Dirt to follow up, does tons of damage. Gonna take down Melon as well. Lenny on a 5k, but isn't enough to hold without heals. The onslaught's about to come from Squirtyay.
Yep, and now Scouty on fans right here. Doesn't look like he's going to be contested with Lenny all the way over on ramp. Going to command most of that point. Lenny trying to get what he can. Exile fighting it alone with his sniper right now. It's actually going to do a decent amount to stall them back. Good, well-placed stickies right onto where Pickle wants to cap. I think eventually it's going to have to go over as they take under a minute.
Soldier fight goes in favor of Dur, cleaning up Blank off the back lines, and that's going to allow space for the cap to come in for Squirtyay. 100% Uber, they're now in time deficit about 30 seconds, so playing from the back foot now. We might see Witness go for a sack play or a drive pressure. They still need to build 50% more. Jacob caught out in the back lines, not going to be able to orchestrate anything for his team. We put in that respawn chamber and Scouty back in this position.
Yep, gonna find Melon. I mean, they're not looking to push, not the biggest impact there, but Dotwet and Wish both gonna go down. Those are impact right there. Scouty evens out onto Pablo, so no scouts on either side. But that defensive heavy is a big loss. Flu gonna be called out. Chip low onto the dispenser. Good spam coming in, but Jacob saves and takes out Kira.
Flu gets saved by his own spy at 1 HP. Kira and Pajaro are dead, so no Demo Man able to help you spam this. Snap to back out again. We've seen Squirtyay have to back out with 100% Uber twice now. They just don't have the players left. They just bleed when Witness Gaming make their push happen. But Scouty still alive, still making pressure. Gets one to blank, rotating to Shutter. What can he find? Anything would be huge. Is going to get spotted by Lenny. Lenny's looking to shut the sniper down.
We are even Ubers now as well, so this will have to be an exchange taking place. Jacob finds the telly. She's only going to get half of it. But they will use out off of bats right here. Bomb from Dirt coming in deep into ramp. Melon, I think, hits the reflect, though. Will trade out. Wish, though, sniped in first. Only going to land that. But Scouty, alley-oop onto Exile. Going to find Blank next. No explosive flashes. Jacob forced back further into Squirtyay's lobby as they're starting to get cap time. Lenny loses the SBS. Huge pick from Scouty right there. I think that's the trick for him. They're going to recap here. And not quite round over. Witness less than 10 seconds, but they're not going to have overtime.
Yeah, 42 seconds now ticking down for the side of Spray. They're at 60% Uber to Blake's 50, so they will get before the side of Witness. What does Witness want to do to contest this here? They're likely just going to stall, get their Uber charge, and try to get it in the very end. Remember, they will have spawn advantage until they are able to flip that cap, but, you know, like you said, no overtime. Scouty, another pick onto Melon to open up this defense. Oh my god.
Yep, and it's just, again, it looks like the first one where they just cannot walk off.
And Blake got
bats.
Blank got rolled in the Soldier v Soldier.
6 for 0.
Oh wait, they just wiped 6 when they have Uber now 10 seconds. It has to be a hyphen solo Uber. Oh, it's disaster. They need to like, get
engineer.
He's just not even clear stickies. Oh god.
No, it's working. It's working. They're getting some cap time.
They don't have
it. Enough time. Get at least another player in, but
I just watched a full Uber charge get used on an engineer to clear stickies when the round's on the line. Okay, that is such bad coordination from Witness there. They should know their Uber's coming up. It should be properly communicated. They should know they need to all go in at the same time with their Uber charge. Why are 6 players sacking when your push is coming?
I don't know if they're sacking. I think they're trying to walk in and get spaced.
Even if the call wasn't to sack, they sacked. They did not play their lives at all. They did not play for space at all. They played to run at the team when their Uber was about to come in. That's just bad coordination.
Let's see if we can find these logs. Oh, 1 death for Ray to 7 for Blake.
That doesn't surprise me. I didn't see Ray die almost ever.
Then Lenny 13 and 11, Scouty 23 and 5.
Yeah, Scouty taking over, truly. Anyone even close to him? 19 for Durr, had a huge game. Dawet 16, playing the solid heavy.
Durr leading with kills onto the Pyro and Spy, usually the opposite of what happens there, so just getting stabbed a lot. As, yeah, I mean, and then Figsy just sitting back, protecting Ray 2 and 3, Kira 4 and 6. Looks like they were in different games from the rest of their team. But, you know, when your flank is doing so well, your combo's job is to just not die, and they didn't.
Yeah, they just played it well across the board. It's funny because you look at Figsy like 2 and 3, 100 DPM, did pretty much everything she needed to do. You know, there wasn't any real big flubs there. It just, that's the kind of game it was. The game where you let your sniper take over, and we're going to be getting right into it in the second half as the day has come. I want to briefly talk about Scouty as we watch the rollout. We've kind of painted him over the weeks where we've casted Squirtyay time and time again as a player who will willingly dodge SVS to just kill everyone else. He's up 6-2 in SVS right now while also killing everyone else. So Scouty is showing the best gameplay of the season so far from him.
When he needs it most, but Lenny gonna open up onto Kira this time. Blank traded up, but Lenny now finding a second onto Dawet. That is the combo dead for Squirtyay. Scouty gonna try to get anything he can, but he's gonna be forced back out onto Bats. Jacob chasing up, almost just accidentally got a stab right there. Gonna end up getting some revolver shots onto Ray. 72 running. Jacob only 30. Gets Scouty. Still doesn't even die. Ray could have landed an arrow and killed Jacob, but no, he just balls up, gets in there, and gets out. Doesn't even take a single point of damage and finds himself a sniper pick.
Yep, and there it is, a mid-fight win for Witness Gaming. Can you believe it? Going to be holding up on mid.
It's been 3,000 years.
They have a decent Uber ad because Ray had to back out while not healing anyone, so going to be able to set up on this defense. We need to see Lenny get into this game right now if Witness want any hope of making the comeback. He's going to be posted up around barrels. Spam going over the top. Look at this
Wish in!
From Wish. In! Durr's here too. He's going to two-shot Lenny with a distraction from Wish. He can't quite get out, but taking down that sniper is huge. Scouty gonna flank out as the Uber's gonna cross onto the point. Solo onto Kira, gonna get a good flash onto Dawet to save their heavy. Jacob not able to do anything in this exchange
Pablo
just
coming
yet.
around through Shutter. Gonna get some shots in. Good heads up play by him, but is caught out.
Ray's
Lots
dead.
of frags traded though, but Ray going down is the big one. Dot wet on these barrels, and a sliver of health gonna be forced out. And that will be a successful defense right now for Witness Gaming. Already a minute off the clock and counting.
Dirt coming in off his respawn timer, trying to do some work. Pahara will get the cleanup with a revolver. Melon goes down. No one can reflect any spam coming forward. Faster respawns up for Squirtyay. Will kind of edge this in their favor. Dirt making another bomb onto Exile, demolishing him in the shutter. And he
Gets
lives.
out. Dur is one. This is one of the best games I've seen from Dur in quite some time, as he is just a monster on all of these bombs, finding such perfect windows. And Witness really not ready for him either.
Yeah, his timings are so interesting right now. We saw him on the first bomb of that fight, goes in off of the Wish Distraction, takes on Sniper, off of the respawn, comes and takes down Demo Man. So, extended fight, he has so much impact taking down power classes, and now Blank can try to do the same, bombs over, gets to the pack in time. Him, Jacob, and Pablo all gonna rendezvous in behind. Scouty gonna take down Melon. Uber now coming across the point for Witness. They're trying to flank in behind and kill Ray, but where is it? Scout in here, trying to take down the heavy, will get dot wet, but Ray safely up to bat, and they're gonna pop right back in. Blake takes a sticky right headshot by Scouty mid-surf. What a headshot!
Oh, that was an insane alley-oop right there. I thought Blake was out of that for sure, but the bullet rings true. You cannot surf hit scan. Blake dropping a nice shot in the chat even, but it looks like the cat may still go over to Witness. Those faster spawns do not care about the med being dead. They're going to get some pressure on Solid, but there's still a lot of cap time. Jacob on bats finds two. Pickles and Kira. No demo means that cap will come in. Flenny picks up a bonus kill onto Figsy, as they'll keep that time ticking down, but slight Uber ad for Ray.
This guy's heavy! Oh my god! They didn't notice! He was a soldier! He was walking so slow, just blends into the crowd and gets the med pick.
Hero Master of Disguise. Dotwet gonna get collapsed in on a rim, but he takes Melon down with him, gets good damage in too. That's Exile extremely low, and they do not have a med here. Jacob caught out on bats. Pixie's gonna finish himself off. Not sure if that was the fall damage or what, but come in quite quickly. Ray not gonna have to use here either. Huge pick coming out of Pajaro right there, able to find the med. Team's able to cap without needing to use the Uber either. And despite the time ad, I'd say the round is looking pretty even right about now.
Yeah, it's going to take Witness Gaming having to charge Uber and go in again. We haven't seen them do a pure sack in quite a long time. They're at a full Uber this side. Blake started charging recently, only at 30%, so this would be the time to try it, but it doesn't look like they're in position. Their soldiers separate from the rest of the team. They're going to roll their sniper out. Blank is going to go in behind, see what chaos he can cause. In the meantime, a lot of dry pressure coming from Witness, trying to get this Uber force out of Ray. They need to do some damage onto these combo members. They are going to pick Dur and Pahara, so it's a 79 right now. Here's the soldier. Blank, great job landing on the head of Ray. Going to force that one out.
Lenny finds Scouty too. That is huge in this. Not only do they have the Uber, they got the sniper. They can drive this right away. Time, be damned right here. They're going to come right back in. It's not even going to tick in favor of Squirtyay. Pablo and Blank, though, going down. That could maybe be pushable, but too many dead on the side of Squirtyay to actually move off of it.
Yep, firm leapfrog now in favor of Witness. Blake has a 60% ad. Scouty goes for the shutter peak, can't quite find it. Jacob can get counter espionage, so gonna be now 7v9 in favor of Squirtyay. They're wrangling off the bats, trying to make some space. Gotta watch Lenny, he's in that secret angle, trying to see if he can find any picks. Gonna back up towards the shutter. Shutter's gonna open and he finds one to Figsy. Lenny on a 7k, we needed him to turn up for Witness to be competitive, and he is doing that so far.
Yep, that is exactly what he's doing. Winning shots back onto Scouty too is really big, as we saw in that last sack. As
perfect.
Here's our pause.
Of course. Wouldn't be Highlander without it. As Ray up on 87% Uber, so Squirtyay looking to make this push happen. It's down to about, before the time started, before the pause happened, it was like, what, 15, 20 seconds?
20, a little like 21 or so.
Yeah,
now,
20-ish seconds
here's
for Witness.
Here's an interesting story, Zag.
Yep.
20 seconds on the side of Witness, a minute on the side of Squirtyay. Add that together, you get 90 seconds. If Squirtyay comes back to win this could be attack from Witness with their back against the wall here.
Ooh, don't tell me that. Don't do the math for me, because now I got these expectations. It could very well be the comeback, and if it was to be the comeback, which I do think is possible, it is an Uber for Blake here. Ray is going to have for the contest. If Squirtyay managed to win this exchange and then hold for a full minute, it'd be panic mode for Witness at that point. This round, they've been in the best position by far. Lenny's topping the server. They haven't had any truly unfortunate deaths for Blake. We saw the headshot, heard around the world when he was flying across, but that one immediately negated. So, yeah.
Dolphin, I hesitate to ask, but do we know what the pause is for?
Tactical, he says.
Ooh.
What if it's 90 seconds, double overtime, Squirtyay lose, they tack? It could be that. I'd say the chance is lower, but the possibility's on the table.
Yeah, absolutely possible. Yeah, definitely lower if you're still up 2-1 and you lose one round. But I mean, we'll see. Could just be. It could even still be an overtime. Who knows? And maybe they have an Uber and they really want to plan out how they're going to take this Uber in the middle of the game.
That'd be a crazy time. I wouldn't even. In that situation, is anyone even thinking we should pause? We should tactical in double overtime? That'd be crazy.
If you're coming into the point, I think it's fine because
no,
really
honestly would be
that.
fine. But who in their mind would be thinking that in the moment instead of gotta win, gotta get to
point,
gotta fight?
Someone who's dead and probably sees the team like getting way too frantic and wants to make everyone slow down and think about it and talk a little bit more. But let's take a look at where we are now, right? So 20 seconds on the clock or so for Witness. They have point. They have Uber. They are not forward. And that's maybe the important thing to note here, right? Everyone on ramp is here we go.
Yep, Lenny taken low by some spam, has to get back onto ramp. Big bump from Dirt over the front, gonna help force that.
Way early use, that's crazy.
Yeah, they're gonna get Wish and Durst. No flank passes up for the side of Squirtyay. Counter pop coming out, need to find some kills. They got Exile, but they need more. They need to get anyone else on this. But look at this, Engineer standing in the white hyphen, forcing Kira back. Blank all alone on the roof, gonna have to back up. Mel and WM running out to point. Will get taken down. Lenny, big kill. Here comes Blank trying to do some work. Jacob's in the backline as well. They're gonna get Scouty. Lenny on a 9K.
Yeah, Lenny really showing up here. But that Uber got popped out so early from Blake right there. It left them really unable to defend this. Overtime, so they have no reason to not cap, whenever they feel most comfortable. That they do. Lenny peeking out of Shutter. But Pajaro counter espionage on Jacob again as the cap comes through. Flu caught out, and they are not going to find the kill on 2 Pickles. Pajaro picks up Exile under Bats. That's going to put him on a bit of an odd spawn timer right there. Lenny make it double digits onto Scouty. That's a big opening here.
They're trying to stifle him at the shutter, but gonna have to jump back. Headshot onto Ray. Lenny finds it. Uncontested in the SVS, uncontested in the server this round. Gives his team their best chance yet. Free Uber coming out. Need to clip the kills. Make it 12. Why not? Put Lenny on the board. He's gonna win this round for his team. A 1 cap will do it. Blanket gets the kill onto Scouty with some help from his Engineer Hyphen, getting a couple cleanup kills. But with that, there's the capture. There we go, 2-1 right now in favor of Squirtyay, but Witness making a comeback off the back of Lenny.
Who paused? This was attack by Squirtyay.
Yeah, attack by Squirtyay. I thought it was possible.
Put it in. Yep. Maybe just saying, all right, let's see what we did wrong here. Cut it off.
I got what they talked about, guys. How do we kill Lenny? Because he just took over that entire round easily. Dominated scouting the SVS and killed everyone else to boot. New mid coming out, another SVS went up to Scouty, but Exile gonna get taken down by Dirt's aggression. Will trade his life for it, but plenty worth it as they're gonna walk forward. Jacob Hyphen gonna go down. Lenny still though doing work. Will be good hit scan cleanup from the Scout Engineer and Spy of Squirtyay.
Back no ramp. He's gonna get caught. 1v1 against Wish. Unlikely.
Yeah, should get an easy kill.
Cowardly using the Virgin Pistol, but there is Pickles. Just
and they're gonna live.
The shotgun, yeah. They both live. That's actually pretty big that they don't die for that, because that took a long time.
Their spawns would have been upwards of 15 seconds for that, so... With that, back in winning ways for the mid-fights of Squirtyay, going to be taking the lead and full Uber lead. If you are Witness, I do want to see them try for some kind of a play to get this forced out. We see them do these kind of delayed
Jacob
sacks.
Just gets killed. There is 2 spy ragdolls directly on top of each other and lower. Interesting, but... There's a sack, jumping in. They are going to get the force out right there. Lots of kills coming in, as you would expect, but they got their mark. They got that Uber there. That's all they need. Getting aggro is Wish. Might get himself caught out here. Would be a bad death, but wraps back around through ramp. Gonna find himself out. So, bit of an adventure there from Wish, but lives for it. They're going to continue milking time right here. Blake still only 75, so they can't come that fast. Get Pajaro. Oh, went a little too early. Tried to get behind the wall.
Has the dead ringer, so we'll be okay for now. In the meantime, Blake on 95% Uber. Looks like when it's going to roll out through Shutter. Want to peek this with the help of their sniper. Going to pop Uber through. Sticky's going to stutter them for a bit, but they will get through early backouts from the side of Squirtyay. They're trying to get as many people to safety as they can, and it is a successful evacuation, only losing their slow heavy for that one. Jacob, disguising the backline, looking for it. He finds the timing onto Ray. Huge medic pick for the Hood Spy. I say Hood, he's tagged up as Hood.
He's had a couple times he's just walked in through Shutter up the stairs. Almost had a pick on Ray before. We're gonna actually find it this time, but Pablo and Exile both gonna go down, so they're not even gonna get the cap off. This wrangled me doing so much to stall the point. Even with Lenny finding another shot onto Figsy and Blake living, they continue to milk time. Jacob coming in,
Scouty
on scene,
finally gets his revenge.
Pickles.
Scouty finally shuts down Lenny, but will get cleaned up by Jacob. In the meantime, the fast respawns are going to be the difference maker for the cap for Witness, but 2 minutes in the hole on this round. They're in a big deficit. They have to try and make this one up. Ray safely out, going to be able to charge Uber up from 15%, so big ad for Blake, but, you know, Witness have their work cut out for them here.
Yeah, that was a really good job by everyone on Squirtyay to just kind of like, what's the word, like Alamo that point and just not give it up, even though by all rights, you know, they know they're going to lose it, but they stay in, milk arguably another 30 seconds to a minute off. Jacob maybe caught in, Shutter going to get his knife melted and forced out. Stays alive for now. Exile finds Pickles in the Shutter, and it's going to be on Squirtyay to find a way back in here. Ray only 65% Uber, so the Uber comes out. That's so aggressive.
Yeah,
oh,
where's
the
Ray in this
Blake
one?
From Bats.
Ray gets the pack. There's a sandwich.
Ray.
Yeah, Ray was at 27 HP at the lowest, got healed back up to reasonable HP. Now 90% Squirtyay in a big ad. Look at how aggressive Witness are playing. They know they need to stuff him at the door, but they're gonna lose two. Dogwet shreds them on ramp, takes down Melon and Pablo.
Yep, Uber coming out. This is more just a scatter than force them back up to point, get the time ticking back in their favor.
Lenny.
And flew
Oh,
over.
it's piped. There's a soldier now. They want to kill Lenny, but the Lenny defense squad is active. They just take down both bombers instantly.
And yeah, here comes in the defenders, flooding back in. Too much extension. And we saw Squirtyay do the same thing, and now they're the victims of it. They overcommit, lose players, got greedy, and now they're not going to get the cap.
Yeah, they sacked 2 or 3 players directly onto Lenny's head, but great damage being dealt by Exile. Saved his sniper and got them enough kills. They're able to stop the cap.
Tell me this is the Witness Gaming revert.
It would have to be 90 seconds from 0. It's technically possible. If they didn't lose the point a single time, do we think that that's a real possibility here? Dolphin, do we have a reason for this one? Tactical. It could be either way again. We don't know.
Quick tack has unpaused.
No.
Alright.
Alright, back into the game quickly. There's the shot from Dur. Air shot into Lenny on that back wall. Finally finding his man, taking him down. Kira gonna walk in, get some sticky kills onto Exile and Pablo. And there's the long-awaited recap for Squirtyay.
Yep, finally comes back in. 30 seconds later, though, than it could have been. And now, I mean, I think both meds are going to be even. It looks like my HUD, actually. I didn't have to retry this time. Short enough pause. And both meds are going to have Uber right now. See what Witness does with it as they are in a time disad. And, oh my god, immediately Blake launched into the other side of the map. This Uber is essentially over before it began because Blake can't even flash anyone.
Yeah, watch the Witness gaming players, but they have control in the bats. Yeah, Blake dead. It's all up to these flank players from Witness. Blake isn't behind, so is Pablo and Jacob. They need to collapse on these players. Pablo will seen out, can't get anything done. It's only 5 live. Here comes Blank. He's delayed, gets shredded out of the air by Dawet, and there's Jacob. One by one. Witness not able to get anything going there, as now 13 seconds left on the clock for Squirtyay with this defense.
That was so unfortunate from Blake right there. Absolute disaster.
Oh my god.
Uber. Exile killed by the sticky trap, trying to walk back in, and they're in desperation mode, but this wrangled mini is just lasering people down. It's a meat grinder on the point, and that will be Squirtyay moving on to map point.
Yep, 3-1 now total score in favor of Squirtyay. They got 2 chances to clean this one up. Otherwise, we go to that final round, the tiebreaker, but they're looking good right now. They saw what Lenny was able to do in that previous round, played a lot more towards shutting him down. Even if it didn't always work, there were constantly 2 people on Lenny's head all the time.
Yeah, and it got them 30 seconds on that point because they were just getting greedy, trying to get the sniper there when they could have been getting the point. Gonna open up on the Scouty immediately. Dur
got stuck this time.
Delayed, but Exile dies in Shutter. Lots of frags being traded back and forth right now. Better for Witness.
Lenny gets the sniper kill. Blake popped up by Dur, but Dur can't track him. Gonna have to just go for that kill, but will not find it. It's near total ace. Paharo, the only survivor in underneath. And that's gonna be another mid-fight win for Witness. So far, when they win mid, they're 100% round win rate, so that's how stats works. They're favored here.
I don't know what happened there, but I see Pickles type in chat. Spoo P-Rec bookmark.
He was fighting underneath with the revolver. I saw. Dur gonna open Shutter, get destroyed by the stickies. Body shot onto Scouty, gonna have to back up and get some kills. Bahar going down means 79 immediately. But look at Dogwet running up, doing big damage. Jacob, like a shark, gonna go in for the kill. Trying to find Heavy, gets the pack, gets turned on, and Dogwet wins it, dominating Jacob.
Yeah, we'll get caught out eventually, though. His ballad ends there. Ray on crits. Dolphin with the eagle eyes calls
They're not gonna
that
expect
out.
it. Jacob died.
Nope.
He couldn't check it. Stick over the top gets reflected. Water reflects by Melon to save the medic, and now they pop off.
Worth noting, though, Hyphen actually going to be the one getting a crits kill during that with the glow stick. Worth noting, though, they don't kill Ray, so the crits ad is in their favor now. Should they continue to stay alive and build this, the first crits is dangerous, but the second one can be just as much so. That said, though, Melon absolutely saving the team, and the Scouty's buff knocked off by a Blake crossbow, and then Lenny body shots him. What a tag team.
Oh, but Blake's dead. Wish goes in the back line and takes down the medic. Yeah, that's fine. You'll take that death anytime. Lenny gets the skull and crossbones kill, but, you know, either way, Ray 70% Uber ad now. Squirtyay down 1 minute and 10 in this round, but with this Uber ad, easily have the ways to make up that deficit. We'll see how they can do on the defense here as Pajaro gonna get seen immediately, gonna have to back up and wait for another chance. Witness Gaming, we saw them sack here in this position before. Jacob, though, gonna die early, so no spy gonna be available.
Yep, has been having a lot of trouble crossing. Pajaro in on ramp. Gonna find Lenny in the middle of the defense squad.
On the medic, one rocket, can't find the second. It's a crit,
Blake,
remember.
Kira just got a ton of
Blake's
kills
dead.
with that crits. Yeah, the crits went out in the middle of that directly into, I think it was,
the combo.
Shutter? Probably
Yeah.
Shutter. Was it Shutter or Bats? I can't find where the ragdolls are.
Well, they're on fans, just
yeah.
ate the stickies. Big kill, big stickies being landed by Kira there onto Blake, and this crits ad gonna keep rolling. You mentioned it before, if you don't kill that medic, that crits ad. Oh, but Jacob comes in, takes down Darwa and Kira from Secret. That 2K is gonna flip everything on its head.
3! And then Wish and the combo burns out. Ray not able to get the beam fast enough, so
They have to charge. They can't stop charging the crits. They need to keep charging it.
Yeah, they have the ad right now, so they're going to be able to go in as soon as they get it right away. Already up to 80. They're just going to have to walk in on this because Blake's already at 70 on the Uber. And whereas Blake is so far out, they don't even have to crits here. They just need to walk.
Yeah, if they just
need to
walk in.
They need to get Lenny Force back and just walk.
I mean, do you crits on Lenny? It might be worth it. He's in Shutter. Shutter's open. They might call for it. As Dalwet taking really good space on the crates. Gonna force Lenny's attention.
Took too long.
Yep.
Scouty finds Melon, so no one to reflect it. Dalwet's so far forward right there. Forcing them back.
Shutter.
And oh, the Sticky's gonna launch someone again!
Look, they didn't even
Exile
pop.
Sky!
They didn't even pop the crits. They just saw the Uber and they all hit their S keys back into Shutter. Figsy will drop
No, but
it.
they forced on Bats. They're gonna lose one and Ray gets caught out. What is happening? Chaos erupting right now as both teams misread their own Ubers. It's still gonna end up with Witness holding point right now. They have a ton of frags as well.
And heals, crucially, they're able to stick on this point because they have the heals. No one else does. Scouty taken out by Blake. Blake has been on that sniper with the crossbow shots, making it really annoying for him to stand in these angles. And now Blake on the Uber at 50% is going to be enough. What does Ray have here? It might have to be crits till the end of the round.
Ray's on Uber. Ray's back on Uber. I just checked. But they're just walking in dry here. Lenny gonna burn out. And in comes Inver, gets the rocket into Shutter. That's going to be the exclamation point on this dry. Blake does survive this time. Going to keep that Uber ad as well, but the cap will go in favor of Squirtyay. So, huge time ad for Witness, as is Uber, but they are going to have to get the push.
Yep, minute 55 on this defense for Squirtyay if they want to close things out here. Witness only need 15 more seconds after they cap it, so things looking heavily in their favor. Right up on 75%. If they can get this Uber for Squirtyay sooner rather than later, if they can save as many players as they can when Witness goes in here, gives them the best shot. Pajaro going to be calling this out from the back lines. Uber going to come out in the Shutter, does a lot of work with the first sticky, taking to take down Scouty.
Yeah, and Dotwet actually just going to fist out hide in that dispenser. Yeah.
They barely get the Uber onto Kira to save his life. Needs some more heals though. Look at the roof squad. Pablo and Blank doing damage, but they're gonna die. Pablo and Hyphen going down. No Ubers, just a dry fight.
Yep, Lenny forced off of fans too, back into Shutter. And they cap is still coming down, but Blank finds Ray in onto the ramp right there. That's a med down. They're gonna try to just, force back the remaining defenders here, but Scouty's still alive. Finds Melon.
Oh my god,
no problem.
That's crucial. Pablo could have just walked at this demo man. No one would have stopped it. But getting a headshot by Scouty will save the point for now for Squirtyay. If you are Witness Gaming, you're fine with this. You can slow play it. You have massive Uber ad to work with. Blake gonna stick back and charge this up. This will be their final resistance.
Yeah, I mean, they have the ad again here. Didn't work last time, but here's try number 2. Ooh, used out of Shutter. No one skied this time. Dotwet gonna get himself caught out. But yeah, Hyphen and Blank both dead. Those are numbers that are going to matter in this post. They've had trouble fighting. Jacob caught out, but Wish and Pickle's both dead. Can Scouty land a shot here? If you get someone big, they can do it.
Look at Pajaro,
Melon,
over!
Exile, and Pablo. It's 3 for Pajaro. Make it 4!
Pajaro getting 4!
Revolver
5!
doing so much work. He's just playing Invisible
He
Scout.
P-Rec bookmarks it in all chat after his 5k cleanup with the revolver. He just walks out of underneath. No one's looking at him. He does so much damage. It's last-ditch effort for Witness Gaming to keep this map alive. They can't get there. And off of Pablo's 5k, they're going to win the map.
Pajaro.
Yeah,
That was Spoo.
Yeah, Spoo.
Oh, Witness thought they had 2 ad Ubers coming in there, and they both get shut down in turn. Great play by Squirtyay right there, and Pajaro really just the gatekeeper himself slamming the door, not letting them in. Gonna pick up kill after kill after kill after kill after kill with that revolver, and that's gonna be map 1 going over to Squirtyay.
Yep, 4-1. I mean, I thought that was probably the most lopsided map in this entire pick ban. I did expect Squirtyay to win. I did not expect the 4-1. I thought it'd be a bit more competitive, but Squirtyay definitely showing up, showing their strength on the map, going into Swiftwater now with the 1 map advantage. Still technically their map, you know, because of that earlier rule booking drama, but, you know, for Witness, I wonder how that entire map just feels in hindsight now, because I never felt like they were out of it, but I never felt like they were truly in it either. You know, the 1 round they won was off of Lenny becoming a literal god. And that's not something you can always rely on.
Went on a 12 streak, yeah. And we're going right into Swiftwater here.
Yeah, you want to take a quick 30-second break while the teams load in? We can get the logs up on the screen for you guys to look at. But don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for map 2 of the lower bracket finals.
Welcome back, gamers and game. It's the RGL.GG Invite Season 17 Highlander Lower Bracket Finals. where Witness Gaming, despite being the first seed, now find themselves on the brink of elimination after losing map 1 to Squirtyay 4-1 on Asheville. I am Alto, Zag to my side, Dolphin behind the camera as always. Zag, what are your thoughts heading into map 2 here?
It's dire straits for Witness. You know, they didn't particularly look that competitive on Asheville just now. They did take a round off of Lenny being a god, but consistently it was Squirtyay outperforming across the board. So now it's do or die on Swiftwater. This is a map that Witness have been okay to play in the past. We saw them pick it last week. They've been pretty comfortable with it this entire season, but because of some map shenanigans with the rulebook, this is technically Squirtyay's second pick. So Squirtyay saw Witness's performance last week where they got destroyed by Run It Back and said, we're going to beat you on this map again. So now Squirtyay, I'd say they have a very good chance. I think if it were to go to product, their chances would be worse than on Swiftwater. So for Squirtyay, you're really hoping for the 2-0. Otherwise, the comeback is most certainly on.
Yeah, because with all of the troubles we've seen from Witness, just it feels like kind of they have the pieces, they're just not getting linked. If there's one map, they're going to be able to put everything together on its product. So you really need to win this here. Take advantage of the fact that, you know, you got these 2 map picks back to back. Win it on Swiftwater, you know, fight your way back into the grand finals and, you know, really put this one in the record books. Don't slack now.
Yeah, and I'm sure gonna be laser focused after that win now going in. Match point, championship appearance point for Squirtyay, and match with Run It Back on the line here, as looks like it's going to be Witness Gaming starting out on blue side and Squirtyay on red. I want to talk about the side select real quick because I remember last week as we were watching Witness Gaming, I say last week, yeah, 5 days ago on Monday, we were watching Witness Gaming get destroyed by Run It Back on stopwatch 2 times in a row. Both times they pushed first, things went much better for them. So I think them getting to play offense here first is just going to be better for them. Get some momentum going, set your own pace, do things your way, and see what you can do on Swiftwater.
60 seconds.
Yeah, it's just, I'm just waiting. It feels like they've had everything they need in terms of players, and they're just not able to put it together. And the entire time, the past 2 matches, the question has been, are they going to click? I mean, you saw Lenny, he was having a great game in that second half.
Lenny's clicking.
Even beyond the round where he dropped 12 kills, he still had a good half.
Yeah, he's clicking on heads. He's second frag the entire game, 1 behind Dotwet. So Lenny's very clearly having a good game, but Witness do need more. And we saw their offenses last week on Stopwatch. They were decent, you know, they were pretty good. They've consistently sub 7 minutes on both Swift and Vigil. We're now on to Swift again. Sub 7 minutes would be a great time. You'd be very willing to take that any day of the week for Swiftwater in a high-stakes match like this. The question after that's going to come, how is their defense going to hold up? Because they were not able to hold anything against Run It Back. And if Squirtyay took a look at the VOD, know what the weaknesses are, they could very easily exploit that. As the gates are
I want to know if we're going to see the redacted Uber come out again.
The redacted Uber?
I'm not mentioning it. There might be children watching. I kid, of course. I'm talking about the first Uber where Blake drops into tunnel and uses on Exile who jumps up. I don't think it worked well. Did not look like it worked well. You know, maybe there's theory we're not aware of, but Dotwet in the garage, gonna get hit up low. Scouty wins the SVS onto Lenny. Dotwet on fire, waiting for the pack. Jacob finds a shot onto Scouty. That's really big. I mean, these card pushers are basically going to be able to take this now all the way up for free. Gun gets pulled back. Dotwet may be left as a sacrifice here. Yep, Gunny just killed by not even bother.
Yeah,
trying to make it out.
Props to Witness. They kept the card moving this entire time.
Here. Oh, sniffed out though. He's going to go down.
Yeah, props to Witness for keeping the car moving the entire time. I was critical last week watching Pablo run in, trying for like 12 damage scattergun chips when the car still wasn't up the first hill. I watched him. You were sticking to that cart that entire time, Pablo. Applause for that one. But with that sub 1 minute time on Swiftwater first, the rest of the team gonna try and get some space through tunnel here as the cart gonna look around this final bend. Look how close Scouty is playing here on the tracks. Just looking to shoot anyone who comes around the corner. Jacob should have called him, so likely will not get peeked with reckless abandon. Wait, look at this.
Yep, look at Scouty's on.
Apartment rotate with the Uber. We don't see this very often anymore. Teams like Ubering out of tunnel, but it will be the counter coming in. Dogwet not able to get flash. Public's gonna run through and kill that heavy. So rest of the players up here trying to damage. Jacob, big backstab on the pickles. Stab and stab takes down the gun. And there's Exile in.
Pipes from Exile. That's gonna be Scouty Figsy. Lenny finds a shot onto Ray, trying to back out. And that is all they needed. They saw that. I guess they weren't too far up. Dawet getting dropped in that Uber is not a good look right there from
It's such a good
Squirtyay.
play by Witness. Okay, you're expecting the main Uber, so your medic is just playing, kind of waiting for the Uber to come out because you have a long walk up to get attached to the right players. When the Uber surprise comes through Shutter, and your medic is playing the Cubby, how is your medic supposed to walk up the stairs and flash your heavy on the dispenser? There's just no time. So it's a really good call by Witness. We haven't seen the Apartments Uber in the entire playoffs, I want to say, as now they're looking to snowball onto third, but the majority of Squirtyay is up to try and make this defense work. Jacob can get out of dodge for now. Paro finding step onto Lenny will buy them some time.
Pajaro was on first that entire second push, activates to get Lenny out of Boiler there, so we'll trade his life.
Jacob is a ninja right now. If he can get this med stab after what I just saw him evade, no, he's gonna get checked.
No.
Okay.
That would have been frag clip worthy.
Uber,
But
out the window.
Uber coming in, they just dropped down here. Ray only 80%. Gonna have to hightail it back into spawn. No card time yet, and Exile's dead already. Fury gonna be the
Here's
trade.
that too.
But this might be enough to defend the point. Dotwet just gonna stand on that card.
He's full
Bring
HP,
around the
fully
Rosie with
overhealed.
Melon. The level 2 from Pickles backed up into the tracks to fourth. Gonna find a kill right there, and they're gonna hold this. No Uber needed.
Yeah, but Lenny up there in Apartments gonna take down Scouty. That's a huge opener. Another one onto Figsy. Lenny clicking on heads as usual, doing so much work, and Jacob with the sap onto that gun, gonna completely destroy all the defenses set up. We see right now Flu taking in the choke, and that's just an easy third pick off of Lenny's kills.
Yep, gonna capitalize in on that. 320 through third is a very good time. Sticky's coming in from Exile. Blank gonna get levitated by the gun. Can't make it into the lobby.
Look at this
Huge
Uber.
kick.
Kira's
Uber
in.
popped out. Huge jump right there from Kira. Can't get caught. Got good damage onto Blake, but not enough. Gonna live up with about 40 or so. And that's a full Uber ad lost. Blake not gonna build. That was optimistic.
Yeah.
That was so optimistic.
It was only Kira in there too. He definitely didn't intend to go that far. I think something hit him as he was jumping that sent him the extra mile, but now they will be trying to defend at Uber Dissad. Blake 100% now. They're gonna get cleaned up by the mini sentry, so it's a free Uber coming in. Sticky's onto the gun, gonna have to get rebuilt by Pickles, but we'll get there in time. Sticky's being locked over the top, gonna take it down.
Blank going around, jumps all the huge jumps to find Scouty in the shutter to make sure he can't get any good peeks. And I mean, worth noting, last week, the offense was never the problem for Witness.
Offense
It
was never the
was
problem.
defense. Their offense looking very clean right now. It's going to be 419 through
But
4 if they keep this
Dur's
up.
getting caught. They don't even see him. They're just gonna get killed by this Uber. They're popping into the corner. Ray stuck here. Blank walks out. Will force this Uber. Gonna flash as many players as they need to. And Blake gonna die actually. Couldn't back up that ramp fast enough. So this will be the first breath of air that Squirtyay have in quite a while. They're gonna clean up the rest of these players. But no! Jacob comes in at the last second and gets that med stab,
Lenny with
negating the
Wish and
disad.
Scouty going down too. He's on a 5 streak right now. The
Cart's
gun's
still
not
rolling.
up. Hyphen's nowhere to be found. Pablo likely going to get caught out on this card. Dur needs to hit
Yeah.
the rocket. Finally does have the pistol healing. Going to be a lot.
This
But
is
they're
so
just
good.
putting some huge
Melon can win
hits by
it!
Melon.
Melon can win it! Oh, 1 HP! Sticky takes down 2 right as it goes in. That was almost a highlight reel moment for Melon.
Jacob, easy,
Jacob!
easy.
Oh! There you go. We saw sub 7 last week, sub 6 this time, 505. Blazing offense for Witness, and we knew they could do this, and they come out showing better than ever on stopwatch offense. The real test cometh now, but with this much of a cushion, it's hard to bet against it.
I don't know what the reference is. Jacob says, in no way that's not even a local record, which means someone must have captained faster than that. But yeah, that is a blazing time and a big statement because this is exactly what Witness needed. They needed to put it together. Everything working in tandem. No one, you know, letting one player pop off on the enemy team. Lenny having a great game. Lenny was on offense and he's outscoring Scouty 21-5.
Yeah, no one on the side of Scray really had a chance to get going in that game. We see Kira and Dotwet, but besides Ray, Kira and Dotwet, the only players above 6 points right now. It was just a complete shellacking. Witness Gaming kind of just steamrolled over their opponents, and I really want to highlight that second Uber through Apartments because we've seen throughout the entire playoffs, teams are Ubering out of tunnel just to get the Ubers out. But by forcing the Apartments Uber, you're just kind of doing something off meta, even if it gets countered by a Pyro rotating properly. Pulling off a surprise like that to get the free heavy kill and having tons of space to walk in again, something like that can be round winning. And in playoffs, when each and every round means so much, having a strat like that ready to go to surprise the opponent can be a difference maker. Crits!
Pickles. Crits, I like this. I like this a lot with a fast timer. They're going to go in. No Uber needed to be used from Blake, though. I like the crits. The main ideal with it here is you get the Uber on first, and then use that to keep, taking in these crits adds. That said, not going to find it. I wonder if Ray came back up on Uber. Nope, still on the crit streak, so...
I wonder if this is protocol for the time being this slow, because...
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now they have to make up a huge deficit. Scouty gonna open things up onto Blank. Sentry Gun as well gets taken down by some lock and load pipes. So with Lenny down to a shotgun.
Onto Lenny.
Yeah,
you're gonna go down, but that's gonna signal the back out right here. And crits is better than people might think into second if you can keep the gun down. Scouty, you're gonna need to step up as well in trying to take out Sniper. But if you get a little bit of crits ad, it can really be the thing you need to snowball. I feel like this is an older tech that fell out of relevance, maybe being revived here in a moment of desperation, but they almost have. The crits is already back up to 80%.
Yeah,
so they really didn't lose too much by using it on first.
Importantly though, Jacob is cloaked in behind. He sees this crits. He sees all the movements of Squirtyay right now. So there's no way Witness Gaming should get caught that off guard by any crits here. They have it. Looks like they want to walk towards tunnel. Kira calling medic. If he can get a snipe into upper that kills two crucial players, would be massive, but they're just pushing the cart for now. They need to make this perfect because this could be the last good chance.
Pop!
Over the top,
First
no one's home.
Misses. The Uber is used. They at least get that out, but they don't have time to play the long game and wait for a second one here. They're going to need to find some way of drying this. Paharo in behind, but Jacob finds Scouty. No Sniper going to make this much harder. They're going to go down too. They're walking up. Paharo finds the butter knife onto Exile. Blake, they might have had a collapse in on the corner, but they're all going to go down that level 2 doing so much work.
Yeah, Hyphen surprised to be building it over the side tunnel exit instead of on the bridge after it went down on first. Really surprise play, gets them 2 free cleanup kills. No one even looked at it in that exchange. So now, with only 2:50 on the clock, Ray will have crits add. This is the last real chance that Squirtyay have to keep this time manageable. If they aren't able to get second here, all Witness Game really have to do is just sack over and over onto the card. 95, but the gun is level 3 and it's wrangled.
Lenny's dead though, that could be huge right here. It's theoretically possible.
Over the top.
First crits pop out, but Banner! The Banner's gonna block all the crits! What a counter coming out from Blank right there. That is gonna be the half. No kills to be found. 2 minutes left on the clock, but we are basically through here. Everyone on Witness ran back into spawn. I might be capitalizable. People in chat saying, did they not hear the banner? You got the half minutes left. You don't have
to
time.
go anyway. Yeah, you have to do it. And that's such a good pickup right there by Blank. I wonder if he was told to do that, or if it's just a thing. He might just be running it because it's payload defense, but having it there, saving it for the perfect moment, completely denies the crits. Multiple crit stickies landed on the players grouped up top and just did 0 damage. So, yeah, the crucial play at the end there. Secure this second defense, and yeah, even if all of Witness Gaming spontaneously combusted, this one is done.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about the crits because the way that it's supposed to work, the real, I don't know if I like that Ray stayed on it after the first one failed. The kind of intention with it is you take the first one, you try to pop it while you're still on first as a surprise play, catch them out, make them use, and then you have a crits ad to push back into second, and you take it through apps rather than taking it through tunnel, because when you come through tunnel, the stickies come from far enough away that you can just dodge them. So, I think the theory's there, but they popped it on first, too far away, didn't get the use out, and at that point I think you come back up on Uber rather than trying it again, because now the jig is up, you lost the surprise. But at the same time, you only have 5 minutes on the clock. Might as well try something new, Can't knock them for trying. Didn't work out, but they'll have next half to start on offense here. At their own time, and as we've seen, defense was what was the problem for Witness last week, but looked good enough tonight.
Yeah, so far at least. That said, we only saw them tested on first, where it was a pretty interesting affair, where the crits happened, forced to exchange off that, and then second, where they played well into a crits, the crits just did not get much value, and the proper players collapsed in, the banner was ready. So, Witness Gaming, they're going to take round 1 here. Untested on defense on 3 through 5, and I think that's important to note because next round it is going to be Squirtyay going on offense first, and I think that just like with Witness, offense first is going to be a big boon to them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the crits, it's hard to tell, right? I don't think you can kind of, you've got to exclude this one from the data set because all it means is that they're not going to fall for the cheese. but they haven't had to deal with Ubers on offense yet. So, Squirtyay, you know, this is your courtesy half. If you want to do it, you really got to pull it back here, because if you lose this, you move into Witness's map on product, and if they suddenly have the momentum back after they've been in such a, you know, kind of dire straits, feels like the past 3 matches, I would not want to play this team on product after getting 2-0 on Swiftwater.
Yeah, especially not when Highlander MVP himself, Lenny, is so on fire right now, and also dropped the greatest stat line of all time last time he played product, you know?
Yeah, for those who weren't here, I think it was 82 and 22 over 7 rounds, 17-3 in the SVS, 650 DPM, and lost. So,
which I guess at the very least shows even when Lenny's playing like that, Witness still beatable, but that has to be an outlier. When Lenny plays that well on product, it is just a dangerous prospect. So for Squirtyay, you got to do something here on Swiftwater.
Absolutely, yeah. You really want to take this here, end it, just put it in the books, get this team out of playoffs, because they are somewhat of a sleeping giant. I think everyone's kind of realized that. I think if you saw what happened to them last week and said, oh, Witness is done, I think you're greatly underestimating the caliber of players on this team. They've lost the path. They are not, you know, out of the... This metaphor is falling apart. But they lost the path. They can get back on it.
Yeah, and this would be step 1, is making the comeback from the lower bracket after going down 0-1 in the first map, and then also having to play another opponent's map due to some shenanigans happening in the downtime between matches. It'd be the start of the comeback, and they're looking to do it here. Blank 16 kills in that round, Lenny 13. It was just... It's really hard to take logs too seriously when that was just an outclassing from Witness on offense, and Squirtyay, their desperate crits attempt was not it. And the teams probably know this. They're probably thinking, not too much to talk about now, as we're into ready up again. Halftime's very short so far in this series.
Yep. I just had a med death and like my, you know, caster senses tingled, but no, it was Ray killed by Nugget Spawn. So, no, nothing serious here. That said, right, I'm interested because I feel like we've seen now many times Witness have been way more aggressive on first than a lot of teams. And like last time when Witness was on offense, Scouty lost the SVS to Lenny, goes down, they're able to cap it for free. If you're able to get Lenny dead, then it feels like that cart time should be a lot faster. But they lost more than a full minute on first. I mean, you already have only 5 minutes to push. That's a lot.
Yeah, of course you're expecting a lot less shenanigans happening when they're likely going to be on Uber to start this one, going to be playing out as normal. So, step 1 for Squirtyay here, shut down Lenny, don't let him pick you off on the car over and over, get a decent time through first, and then tackle second in your first real attempt of the match.
Yeah, where you have Uber. I want to see what they do with it, because I like how... I really did like the upper Uber from Witness. It feels like teams have, you know, kind of decked so hard into the tunnel Ubers that suddenly they come through up and everyone's like, wait, what's going on?
Yep, Gate's going to drop on this offense for Squirtyay and try and get aggressive on the roof. Counterbomb from Blank going to force him off for now, as Cart being heavily stacked. Scouty, big SVS went on to Lenny. Even if he dies, that's fine. Getting that sniper out of there is all you need. Pablo going to get taken down, as will Kira. Nice couple kills for the defenders, but without that sniper, it's just so hard to stop this cart from moving.
You're on the lock and load. You like to see it on payload offense, and with, again, Lenny having gone down. Yep,
didn't kill by this time.
Well, I mean, happened the same for Notwood too. I think the heavies kind of resigning themselves to knowing that they probably are going to die on first if they don't get... Either they're going to be one of the first people dead in that shack, or they're going to get caught out. I think they have the telly going up there, maybe? I can't see, maybe not.
Yeah. Importantly, Jacob actually got caught out while invisible, so no comms gonna be coming through. They might not expect this apartments Uber that's lining up for Squirtyay. Is anyone ready to meet it? The answer, no. Gonna come straight through onto the Devilman. 1-2 shots. Pyro here just in time. Gonna get popped up onto Melon. See what you can do, but a lot of players are getting through for now. Scout and Pyro are in. Vigzy will get taken down. Wish gonna die as well, so... Successfully gets the Uber out, but doesn't get any big kills. So just a normal exchange coming through from apartments. That's about standard for your average apartments Uber.
Yeah, not able to get any kills like Witness did, which is going to mean that they're suddenly the Royal Road into second that Witness had last half not going to be present for Squirtyay. Now they're just going to have to kind of work it
in
somehow.
Oh, gets air blasted. Doesn't find it. I like the attempt, but...
Jacob finds Scouty too. So, thing really doing for them right now is probably going to need to wait. Jacob caught out. That's big. could maybe say, honestly, at this point, I'd say the Scouts dead, send everyone apps, run a sack through 'em. That's actually,
they have 80% Uber.
Yeah, they are.
There's no
They
time to
built
sack.
That built quick.
Yep, then
Oh,
looks
no,
like they're
ignore
sticking on
me.
tunnel here, but watch out for the sniper dot. It's on Kira's head, and he's going to take him down. The Uber is now delayed, courtesy of Lenny.
Yeah, Pajaro caught out as well. The gun above side tunnel right now. Been seeing teams kind of revert back to this and, you know, reject modernity, embrace tradition. Scouty, though, winning the SVSN to Lenny, that is huge. Kira coming back up as well.
Gun staying above side tunnel right now for Hyphen and Witness. They left it last
popped out
round.
and used before the Uber, but they're not going to find anyone with it.
I kind of like it, actually. The reason is, if you know they're coming low ground, you can pop Banner first to stall them. It buys you time, but now the real Uber is going to come out. Scouty and Blank going to go down at the start. Pajaro, the only one out onto this point. Gun still nice and healthy, and with cleanup onto Dotwet and Kira, no one else can take space as we're into a pause. And I do want to talk about that Banner real quick, because you mentioned not liking it. I think the theory behind it is really cool, right? Because we see Banner normally a lot of the time is used kind of in post situation to be a second Uber. Using it early kind of does a similar thing, where if the offense is staging and getting ready to go, but there's a banner in their face, they don't want to pop their Uber. You're essentially stalling them out and pushing them back. And then you just pop Uber in their face and take an normal exchange.
I can see it in the theory, but the way it was executed was that no one on Squirtyay was even peeking the tunnel. They used the banner, dropped down, they got aggro in tunnel, but I don't think they did a single point of damage with it. So
it doesn't matter if you don't do a single point of damage. The offense is not going to walk into you when you have your banner up, because if they pop Uber into your banner, your Uber is going to be way better. So they're just going to wait. They're just going to wait it out. It's buying time is what it's doing.
Trading the full banner for 8 seconds off the clock, which I think having the banner in post is far more valuable because, you know, this is if there was a 5-minute time on the clock, right? And those 8 seconds were extremely valuable in the context of the match, maybe. But I think blowing the banner early for 8 seconds is not, or is it 10? I don't know how many. For roughly 10 seconds worth of time is not worth the potential safety net it can use if your Uber goes wrong. That can keep you on the point.
It's the time, but it's also the positioning, because you're able to drop down and spread out. Remember, the issue with being low ground on Swiftwater second when defending is that you kind of have to stay out of sniper sight lines and group up into these spam angles. But if you have the banner popped out, everyone can just flank out wide and take space. So all of a sudden you have position ad as well. So I like the theory behind it. I need to see it more times with more like plays from the offense in response to kind of evaluate the value of doing something like that. But either way, the result is it was a successful defense for Witness Gaming. They have space out on second. They have kill advantage with some good kills as well. Kira and Scouty dead means that there really can't be any pressure onto them for a while. And this time, gonna start racking up in the seconds soon for the defense on Witness.
Oh no, Zag. If you look, guess what? Blake has Uber disad on second. He's good to go.
It's not very big, but the little margins make a difference. You can drop even faster now.
Well, no, he doesn't have ad. He doesn't need to drop, so he's looking fine. Apparently, that's what we were joking, because last week, anytime a team got Uber ad on second, on defense, immediately went poorly for them. So, Uber disad's what you want. But this very much, we haven't heard from Dolphin. It feels like attack from Squirtyay. Dolphin just confirmed, because at this point, as they probably don't want to go to product either. They wanted to make this 2-0. They know that their chances of winning this map are slowly ticking away each second that the point goes by on second. And I mean, as we said last time, it was always Witness Gaming on defense that was kind of their problem, but it looks like they may have settled that on Swiftwater for now.
Yeah, so, okay, with this being news that it's a Squirtyay tactical, do you think they did it after successfully capping second and planning what to do with snowballing, or after failing for another minute and a half on second?
Failing for another minute and a half. Nothing. I do not think, other than the time that Scouty got a kill onto Lenny, they have not had a single inroad into second, and I don't see anything that's going to change that over the next, minute.
I'm a big fan of this gun from Hyphen over on the side tunnel, because a big thing that we've seen with the combo holding upper apartments and then the gun just being right next to it on the bridge is that it's kind of easy for a demo man to walk out the same place and get valuable spam onto both. When the gun is in the open as well, from every angle, it can get spammed from side tunnel, it can get spammed from backwards in their own spawn from a Spy's Enforcer. Whereas up here on this side tunnel, the only place it's under any threat from is main tunnel, and it's just being a nice flank angle. So I like pulling it out in occasion, in moderation. It's just been looking very good here.
I'm actually glad you capitalized on this, because my own team was discussing similar things. The issue with this, though, is that if you look at upper, it is just Fluorus up here. So if they're gonna hold in tunnel, and I just kind of lost track of where the red combo went. Are they in? Yeah, they went back into spiral. If you get enough people tunnel, you get the red combo to rotate down to the floor. You just keep waterfalling people in through those shutters. One heavy is not enough to stop it. Someone's gonna get out that window and do something silly to your medic who's holding in the corner. It's almost like, you know, people coming up, drop down and upward.
There's the enforcer killed.
Yep, the gun's gonna go down, but Lenny opens up onto Dur. They're gonna flood out right now, just a straight dry push right here. Kira's getting good room for the team. That said, the collapse coming back in. Figsy already sniped. Uber's popped out, but way too many kills in favor of Witness. Kira and Ray gonna have to back up. This to me feels like what the pause was after.
Yeah, even though Squirtyay looked like they had an avenue in there, they kind of got spread out once they exited the tunnel. Just a really good counter Uber coming in from the apartments out of the Witness combo. Able to clean up. Lenny winning another SVS onto Scouty, posting up. And this defense has looked solid. They haven't shown a single piece of weakness.
Yeah, again, the SVS loss was really the only thing that could be held against them right now. Lenny gonna open up onto Kira. Pajaro, Scouty, all gonna go down next. Jacob caught out, but gets the sniper for it. That's gonna let them drop down, play wide and aggro here. Not even drop down, not even needed right here. They're gonna go back up, retake the high ground, and only I gotta HUD reload here, but not a lot of. Can't imagine a lot of time left on the clock. 4 minutes is.
I can get you.
Decent, but yeah,
yep,
it
4
is.
4 minutes, 5 seconds left on second. Very unlikely that we see a raw second hold come through on map timer. Doesn't happen very often, but Witness Gaming so far, aside from, again, like the one SVS loss, is the only opening that they've ever presented their opposition here on this defense. Level 3 gun back above tunnel. Hyphen looks like he likes this one a lot, so they're going to keep rolling with it. There's another SVS win, and here comes the Uber.
Yep, pop out right here. They're already dead. Pablo getting caught out. Really no ground at all right here for Squirtyay. Not great health on their side either. Some awkward positions. Kira going to try to refight from main, but just Exile standing tall, putting out so much damage in this choke. But Pickles running in, finds Blake with the shotgun. That's going to trigger the alarms, and they're going to keep doing what they can to defend this. Melon fighting for her life on card.
Banner
buys a lot of time, and the banner from Blank, but he's so low, can barely take any damage. Wish coming in finds Exile. Flu gonna be next, and Blank staying alive. Lenny gets the shot onto Ray from spawn, yeah, but Scouty takes out Jacob on card and will be the sniper capping that card in. 5:29 through 30 seconds longer on second than
the entire
map.
push. Yeah. Credit goes to Dalwet in that push. He jumped out of apartments as that heavy took Blake down to 1, so Pickles could come in and get the cleanup. But with Lenny finding that med pick, it just negates all of that. Now Lenny taking down Pickles. Cart pusher not going to be available. Cart is now stalling out for the side of Squirtyay. They're rotating some players into apartments, trying to get an angle. Dalwet and Scouty up here. Scouty needs to find a shutdown onto Lenny, but look at this. Blank is in his face.
Yep, lots of pressure coming through, and Jacob finds Ray from behind. The aggro up from tracks, got some damage onto Ray, I believe, and Jacob just finished it off. Will go down for that, but he will take the death before killing the med there. It's going to reset the Uber timers, make these times tick even longer, as Blake's sitting pretty on 100%.
And look at this, he's playing out on the silos, doesn't want to wait until they walk into them underneath. First team takes spam. And the only downside to this is that the opposing team can kind of walk up and throw a lot harder to dodge spam at you, but as long as you know you have control of apartments, you can kind of play here and make that defense work even harder to force your Uber. Blank gonna jump up and stall this heavy out. Level 3 sentry gun doing some work, gonna take down that cart pusher, and now Uber aggressive from the defense coming out, gonna pop into Ray. Ray on 45%, but out to safety.
Yeah, not that big a fan of that use, honestly. If they have ad, buys them some space, but I don't think they need to get ad back yet. Pajaro gonna get taken up by Blake. That crossbow steals the kill, gets himself on the board. Pajaro not having a great half so far, been able to really get too much other than guns, it feels like. Thoughtwood gonna keep himself posted up in Boiler, but single heavy can't do too much, and Squirtyay really struggling on offense right now.
Yep, silver lining, they have 50% Uber out about to work with here, so if they can't get this here, when are they going to get it? Look at how aggressive Witness are playing on the card. They're just going to take down Wish, and without that scout, it's hard to actually push and get space. They do have ad, and they're going to go solo onto the Demo Man. gun taken very low, gets rescue rangered. Great job by Hyphen to save it. And now Exile doing damage into the players on the back. Donwet and Scouty taken down. Witness Gaming getting a bunch of kills on the defense here. Pickle's gonna drop again. Figsy not long for this
Look,
world.
they're down so many. Rain here are all the way out. That full Uber head
That was
gets
full
the gun
Uber
and
for
nothing else.
Yeah, it really didn't get anything going. And Dur all alone in no man's land, trying to do anything here, but he's gonna go down. Gets whipped by Blank. Show him who's Soldier Daddy. But now look at that. Choke push comes out. Squirtyay are getting desperate. They're just trying to walk Kira in main.
Zach, I'm thinking of this match from the grander scheme of things. Of Squirtyay gets 2 maps that they can take Witness Gaming on because of the circumstances surrounding the picks. And I'm wondering if Swiftwater was just a bad pick, or this is a situation where Squirtyay is better than Witness on exactly 1 map.
I was not a big fan of the Swiftwater pick. I thought, okay, I don't hate the idea of choosing a map that your opponent just showed real weakness on, but I don't like that over picking your best map. I feel comfort is more valuable than trying to deny your opponents, if you really think you're the better team at least. As now Uber's going to pop off in the choke. Scouty wins the SBS onto Lenny. It's the first one in quite a while. We'll give them an avenue to walk forward with, but they're just bleeding so many players.
This feels like a hard hold coming in, which is part of the reason why I'm less focused on this right now. I mean, even if they cap it, you're gonna have 8 minutes through third, and maybe I'm counting my chickens before they hatch, but this match feels like it's got a product.
Yeah, Squirtyay just have not had any answers to this Witness Gaming defense, and they didn't even have any answers on their own defense, so it really just looks like they're outclassed on Swiftwater, like Witness were outclassed on Asheville, you know? It just kind of feels like this is the Witness pick at this point, and this is the expected 1-1.
I mean, granted, Squirtyay beat Help on this map last week. Maybe that's why they're thinking it. Or they beat them in the third, fourth match. In lowers, but Pyro just runs into the combo, walks up to Blake, shoots him 3 times in the face, and makes him die at 96. So maybe this won't be the hard hold on third. We were fearing Ray coming up on Uber at 95 in IT, gonna start walking out. And look at this, they're kiting further into second to avoid the rep. Whirlpool Theory in Highlander. They're gonna get a ton of kills with it too. The Uber's popped out, gun rescue
to nothing
again.
yeah.
And look how far the cart that is back. They might have time to get people back in here.
Yeah, Witness Gaming.
No, never mind.
Yeah, they're gonna try to get as many kills as they can. Pablo's in, takes down Donwet, but it's just gonna be him for now. Hyphen has revenge crits, wants to shoot someone with the boomstick, walks out with it. They're actually trying to contest this. They're getting kills. Lenny gets 2
Flo gets on the cart in time.
Oh, that's exactly.
They hold it. In comes the
Soldier.
bomb from Dur, shot out of the air. They do not want to give this up. And then here, Scouty finds the shot onto Blake. He's going to start getting forced back. Blake avenges his medic, but...
That's the most silver of lightnings possible. You just failed the easiest full... That's 2 back-to-back full Uber to no Uber pushes. They're not able to tap in.
Wish tries to get it. This
on probably the easiest point on Swiftwater. Besides first, but... They just have not looked good at all. 45 seconds left for the hard hold, and Witness Gaming, even if it's not the best thing to do, they are hard committing. Look at this. They're jumping out of maps. Reflect tight.
This feels like Witness. This feels like the Witness Gaming that we saw for most of the season. It feels like they are finding their mojo back. They're going to start dying on card. It will not be a third hold, but 11 minutes through third.
Yeah, again, it really feels like Witness Gaming are kind of showing up to what we know they can do. Holding that third at that point is not the correct decision, but they're doing it because they can. They have the time lead and they have supreme confidence to just try it. Even if it's a supremely disadvantaged position to be in, where the time is overwhelmingly on your side, they're going to take it because that's Witness Gaming. And now they're onto the 4th defense. Low HP forces the pop out of Squirtyay, trying to walk forward, trying to get some kills. They're trying to get Blake. It's an AD from the Scout. Wish gonna take down Blake with his last shot, and that might be what they need to start snowballing, but Ray died in the meantime anyway, so not even gonna result in Uber ad.
Jacob's gonna force Pickles off of cart for now. Gonna get sniped out, Slenny up in the shutter, so you like to see the med kill, but Ray going down. They're gonna be on pretty much straight even Ubers right here, so not even a snowball into 4th like you may have hoped.
Yeah, that said, they don't have the time to just wait around for an Uber. They'd have to just dry walk up here. Blue Wall is, he gets saved by Lenny on that wall. Huge headshot and Scouty dead. Jacob has been on him all game. It hasn't even been fun to play this one as Scouty. Blank gonna take down Pahara, but they do get the 4th snowball. You know, they had spawn advantage. No Uber, no Sentry up for Witness. Just gonna have to give it up. 12 on the clock, 1 minute from 3rd to 4th. That's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. That's about how much it took.
What's our time?
That's about how much it took for Witness Gaming to go from 3rd to 4th too. Clearly they're going to be similar in times here, right?
Yeah, 12 minutes.
So we're looking, this is high score territory coming in right now.
I've seen some 16-minuters. I don't know. It's not even possible, but
I have vivid memory, well, not vivid, but they're fading of a 10:30 Friday scrim against Tree Forest 2 back in like season 12, where we had multiple overtime caps, and I think the final was above 18 minutes.
It can get that long. Not gonna get that long this time because 3rd to 4th was quick. But now Uber out of the top corner by Squirtyay trying to get in.
Sky! They're gonna get the flash onto Lenny. Great heads up.
She does force a lot of flashes, but they don't get any kills. It's just Flores and Lenny going down. But look at this. Kira walking back in, doing big deeps on the cart is Dot Wet, being the big heavy man. Here comes Wish. And only 3 up from Witness. This is gonna get capped, you know. Dude, why do you have to wait until after 3rd to start playing the game? They got 4th and 5th. In 2 minutes flat, right?
If I told you that Squirtyay into Witness Gaming here was going to win Asheville and then take 4th and last in 2 minutes,
2 minutes? You'd be like,
oh yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
No, 13-minute time.
And you just have to give credit to how aggressive Witness were willing to play on 2nd and 3rd. We saw them just completely play in the faces of Squirtyay, not giving them any chances to do anything. It took a heavy dive bombing out of upper and an engineer cleaning up a medic kill to finally break that 2nd hold. And it's just so many small things that Witness did on 2nd and 3rd, where they're just playing up, they're playing their medic in front of tunnel, they're popping banners early to stuff the offense, they're having their medic play silos on 3rd. They're just fighting, they're fighting for every inch, and that's what winning teams do.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
Yeah, and if I'm Rib, I'm kind of looking here and I'm like, man, why'd you have to let them wake up?
Why'd you have to let them get hot in Swiftwater, and now we can't pick it into them?
Because, yeah, clearly something's clicked here, and I mean, I do want to say that as much as I love Joe, having Jacob is probably, it's not just his gameplay, it's the comms. I think there's a very good chance that Jacob is making a lot of really smart calls here that is letting them, that is, you know, kind of unifying Witness where they may not have had that banner to rally under, you know, metaphorical banner. Not battalions, but
you have to imagine that there is something going on with Jacob coming in, right? He's the one change. Obviously, you know, Joe has been a great player in his prime, but Jacob is just the heart and soul of his teams. He main calls them. He's main called his way to multiple invite titles. It seems like he's always in the grand finals.
There's a reason
doing just
he's
that.
never missed grand finals in RTL.
Yeah, and then we saw last week, Witness Gaming could not hold to save their life on Swiftwater against Run It Back, and here they're holding 3rd, 2nd, and 3rd like prime Jacob teams, you know? It just feels like such a shift in the other direction. And now they're...
One card sniffed out, not gonna get any stabs to delay that coming in. Wish just running up, gonna take out Pablo. The mini goes down as well, and that's gonna help Salsa for some card time, which is great to see from Squirtyay. Signs of life here. They're gonna need it with 12.5 minutes still on the clock.
Yep, slow and steady for Witness Gaming is the MO here. Fine to just take whatever they're given, and Scouty overstaying is welcome. You don't want to do that when you need to keep holding 2nd.
Yep, as Kira though finds 2, yep, Lenny and Exile both gonna go down, so no sniper to peek in early, no demo, spam gun. They're already playing on ground, not even bothering to be up in apps. Kira finds Jacob out as well. It's nice to get that spy down. No one needs to worry about him cloaking up. It's a long walk back too with your spy.
Yeah, I mean, we saw last round on their offense Witness took an immediate apartments Uber. What happens if they go to apartments right now when all of Squirtyay are on the ground? It's just the soldier and the heavy up here.
Bombing Lenny. I didn't miss the previous kill, but Uber popped out a tunnel. Great Uber onto Figsy here. They just can't get any. This is clearly just the, you know, kind of cycle the Ubers
Look this
right
up
now.
top play. Hyphen is, or Blue Walrus was here with Blank. They wanted to go through, but just gonna stall it out for now. Nothing happened in that exchange really. All 18 players live. Snap onto the gun. Gun gonna go down, but excellent Blue Walrus dropped in the meantime. But Ray's dead.
Blank coming in from upper. This is what we're talking about. This is what I was talking about before, Zach. When you play down like this, the only thing stopping people from flooding out of that window, you just saw Dotwet standing in it, is the gun. The gun went down, and Blank sees that. I'm almost positive he dropped out of upper. Just waddles in, jumps down from the window, easy med kill.
Yeah, he went flying through that window and getting that med pick, and now Blake on big Uber ad, about 70% here for the side of Witness Gaming. Again, slow and steady is all they need. They'll be fine to just charge up that Uber, pop out a tunnel, take that ad versus no ad, and cap up second. We'll have to see what the side of Squirtyay can do to contest this, but with their gun going down immediately, they're just relying on some plays being made, and they do have a banner to answer this Uber.
Yep, Figsy gonna do her
She
best
doesn't
to
get it.
stall it, but Scout brought in. They do flash a lot, so it's already baited, but Lenny's dead. Tons of frags. Blake's gonna chip in with the sentry gun kill.
Hawthorne's full control of Witness.
And Not Wet getting stabbed is gonna be a big flash down. They're gonna start fleeing. Scouty finds Blake. Big pick right there. Gonna have to see if maybe they choose to go back in. Scouty again, but
I feel like they have to,
not
but they
gonna be able to
can't.
capitalize. Yeah.
Scouty does so much work there. Kira as well playing so well to get those sticky kills on the remaining players, but just not enough, not fast enough to stop the onslaught from Witness. They take upper and through apartments and just collapse on those players in choke, and now 10 minutes still on the clock to get 3 points. Witness Gaming primed to even things up in the series.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, you've seen, what, 4 minutes right now through 2, which is still a pretty good time. Hyphen and Exile gonna go down, but Scouty pickles Dawit. Blake gets himself on the board. Again, tons of frags coming back, though the Uber gets popped out, so they will continue to hold, but Blake nowhere to be found up. Actually, he's kind of pinned in red room. No, Lenny
they're
wins the
walking at him,
one
but they
to win
can't get
the
it.
team, and yep, he's gonna be extracted out of that situation. So, good retrieval work from Witness Gaming.
Oh, they're
there in order to
bleeding
get their
so
men
badly.
and there
They
goes
committed
Kira.
3 players.
Well,
They committed 3 players in staggered timers to try and get that kill in Blake. They know that Uber diss ad. They were so desperate to even out that diss ad, and they just bleed every important player that could hold silos.
You have to get the kill onto the med there with such a long timer. You need to get that cycle of, you know, get ad, use, kill the med, repeat, never let them get the Uber.
Lenny's just
But
walking at them. Oh my
Lenny,
god, he's just walking
yep.
at them.
Walks
take
that
down
Ray,
Ray.
gets a med pick. Fourth, this is going to be hard to defend. Blank coming up behind, but Bigsy's watching. Blank now forced into last. Scouty going to get some, you know, time to pop out. His Uber's come out. Pajaro goes down, tries to get a stab, but a little bit too late. Not really too much going on with that Uber, though. Just going to sit on guard.
Uber's pop to save Exile and Fluors from backstabs, which I'm perfectly fine with. You have a 4th snowball guaranteed if you keep your players alive, and you have 8 minutes. It's a good pop, I believe.
Yeah, no, agreed. I mean, you have enough time. Don't let them get set up. A little disappointed to see them back out here, you know. Granted, it's efficient, right? They've synced now the stopwatch time and the map time, but you got an 8-minute last hold. I don't know if I've ever seen this come through.
Yeah, it would have to be some Alamo stuff right now from the side of Squirtyay if they don't want to lose Swiftwater in very short
Zach,
order.
didn't everyone in the Alamo die that fell eventually?
Eventually, but you know, maybe stay alive long enough. That won't be the case for Scouty. He gets backstabbed immediately by Jacob, and we see what happens when Lenny has free reign. Going to be crouching in, looking for anything he can find. In the meantime, though, Blank dead, Exile dead. Yeah, decent kills for the defense right now, but the real test comes when Uber is up for Blake here in just a moment.
There is no spy I've seen that is better at getting wacky card caps on Swiftwater less than Jacob.
It's definitely a niche case, but it comes often enough that you're glad to have it on your team. As Blake gonna die, actually, Scouty gets the kill from underneath. They were trying to rotate top right, but Scouty went into the ramp and just hit that body shot. So now it's a full card sack called by Witness here. They're just gonna get as much time as they can in it, but they don't get much. Only 1 kill, they get the spy, but that's about it.
Lenny all the way backed up onto 4th right there. This is what you want to see. Retake 4th. The cart is not in the immediate danger zone. Even if Jacob decloaks on it, he's just going to get killed. They're going to hold a banner and... A pause?
We have to still be going, right? The round couldn't have ended.
Exactly, because this would be the map over, unless we're just getting trolled in postgame, but...
So with about 7 minutes on the clock, a pause has been called. Technical. Wait, technical or tactical, Dolphin? Technical.
So someone DC'd then,
yeah,
right?
someone DC'd. Yeah, not attack. Apparently server's having a bit of issues right now, connection a bit weak, so likely going to be trying to just see if the server calms down for a bit. But in the meantime, we do have a bit of respite here. We see Squirtyay walking out onto 4th. They just got a full ace for them coming through off of a really smart peek out of Scouty through that ramp. And now they have 7 minutes to do what seems like the impossible.
I mean, clearly it paused at about 7 minutes, so they've only had 5.5 now.
Yeah, granted, that's like one. That's like getting ready to Uber 1 up, right? Because they have to walk out of spawn first, and then they have to set up. So.
If they manage to hold this, it would be one of the most legendary defenses.
And the worst part, it's not even the map for them. They go to a 3rd round if it happens.
I want to point out, right as the pause went in, Dirt did toot his horn. So they're going to have the battalions ready to hold. They have full Uber ad as well. So they really are going to try to take two at the fourth hold. And thankfully for them, again, the cart not in the danger zone at all. So even if Jacob runs in to tap it to stop it from going back, no danger of it being tipped in.
Yep, as Unpause is going to come, connection looks to be fixed for now. As level 2 sentry gun set up by Pickles on the ramp, it's going to turn just a normal fourth hold setup. Jacob going to be called out and going for it, gets the sap. It gets taken off by Figsy with that home wrecker. Going to take down Blank on his bomb. Banner popped out to keep the players healthy. And again, solid defense, solid response to the play out of Witness Gaming.
This is a situation, Zach, where the 8 seconds from the banner, not worth it. As this is an extreme of all extreme situations coming through right here. They are still out on fourth.
Yeah,
I mean,
they might as well. No one's really walking out to stop him. It's just Jacob out here. And he's calling the sniper position. Headshot into Spam Rocket. Takes down Scouty.
Jacob in, though, gonna find a heavy. Gonna get himself whipped in exchange, but they
Look
do
at
milk
the sniper
hitter, so
he gets taken down. He was looking for the kill on the medic on the cross, but didn't hit it. Got cleaned up for his trouble wish, taking down that sniper. So that will buy them a bit of respite here as Uber now up for Ray. They're going to be defending on last as normal. Scouty back up on this house platform.
They bought themselves a minute. So they had 8 minutes. More. They're down to 6. We know they get at least another 30 seconds before this technical comes in. Pajaro back up on top of the fourth shack, calling where they're going to be going. Moving into the left lobby is Witness Gaming here. Bam already coming out to meet them. They probably know they're called. Not going to take out. Is that a on track?
They're going to go. I saw spamming over through the windows to try and kill the sentry gun. They will take it down before the Uber. Lenny peeking through the window, but takes some spam. Has to back up. The rest of the combo just kind of trying to see where they want to go with this. Power going to be calling their back out. So, you know, everything that Witness is doing here is being live streamed. And with that, that's where the pause ended up happening. They're going to Uber up through the side, trying to catch Darwin, and they blow him up.
Yep, not gonna be long for the world, but that's all the Uber gets, and Ray not forced to use. Exile gonna go down as well. Jacob knife melted, nothing to be found. Gun staying alive. Big bomb levitated. Blank gonna see what the stratosphere is like, but Scouty and Fear are both dead.
They have to kill Blake. Eventually gets they have to kill Blake. Blake is gonna have a big ad if they're allowed to keep charging this, but they're not gonna get him.
Yeah, Blake too far out right there. So good job by Witness to come in, get that Uber force out eventually. Just too many core players gone down. They're 3 minutes through this. They're almost at the halfway point, but now they're going to have Uber descent, and things are looking dire.
Yeah, banner being held as well by Dirt. Jacob has a decloak, wants to find the soldier if he could. Gonna go for the walk-up. Doesn't quite hit it, but Blank and Exile gonna die.
Yeah. That would have been huge if
he missed the first stab and then couldn't quite get onto the traffic cone. And the rest of the players sacking onto the cart, gonna get taken down. But that's A-okay, 90% up for Blake. Remember, Witness Gaming need one push. They just need to tap that cart over, and this Uber ad will be their ticket to do it. Level 3 sentry gun, now built up by Pickles. How will this defense fare? It's 80%.
Used early, no reason to drop anyone.
They gotta go.
Melon dead already, that's no air blast before the back. Fixie though, never gets to drop
with the
down.
soldier.
Wish on Scout doing such a good job. Eventually falls in. There's Jacob! Stop! With the heads up, they're all gonna drop in. Blake, the only one alive. Melon a respawner right there. They're gonna hold it. They're playing forward. But the cart is in danger zone. I like it. You gotta do this.
You have to.
You even got the level 3 forward. Dotwit sitting on cart. But all it takes is one, trick stab from Jacob when he comes back in, and I think he's going for it. He just took the health pack. They should know.
I'm not sure if they do.
They're backing up. There he goes in.
He taps it.
He gets the tap. That's it.
As snipe onto Figsy, that's big. It has to be the Fists heavy standing on this. There is no spy for now, but a scout could just run in on this. Level 3 sentry gun hasn't built up yet. Darwin taken low. They need to arrow him. Ray, save your heavy. Getting arrowed by everyone. He's dead.
Yep, Jacob though just now should be coming back in. I think I just saw a knife get melted. Yeah, Blake just dropped. That is huge. That is no Uber there, but 5 minutes of this 8. Jacob coming in gets in another pixel up.
But the Uber
resets.
It's free. You might as well. It's free.
Slight inch. Yep, Uber.
They need to get something here. Take down the gun. Get the sniper off you.
At least. Gun's still alive. Dotwit goes down.
This is going to be the full sack from Witness. They have spawn ad, but the banner is huge. So many banners from Dirt have been so crucial here. It's going to be popped up immediately. They don't want to risk Lenny headshotting anyone. Pajaro dead. That's so big.
But Fixie not in range of it on the other side of the tracks. Pajaro dead as well. Lenny
Jacob going to go for tap.
He's on a 7 streak.
Jacob on tap.
Jacob in. They take him out, but he's only the first of many. Oh,
They're
Ray goes
sacking
down.
over and
Ray
over.
just walking
They're
from
gonna
up
get it.
top.
They're gonna
No,
get it.
Card, it's so close.
It's Dur! Dur needs to do everything here. He has an engineer. Pickle's building a level 1. Hyphen's dead. The card is so close. A sneeze will put over. Lenny, he's been hitting headshot after headshot. He's on a 9K. But his team can't get it
still
in.
not getting it, but watch for Jacob. He's just coming back in.
He's just gonna tap
this
it
card
over.
is so close. If Dur
They need
is
to
not
find him
off
before he
it,
taps. They found him.
he gets found. They
He's
found
down
him.
to tap. He's
coming
down to
in.
tap. He got tapped.
Got tapped, so it's not going to roll back. 2 minutes left. Slight ad for Ray.
Dot would
We
appear
are
fists.
pixels away.
It is so close.
My goodness, what is happening?
A gentle breeze pushes that thing in. Dotwood has to stay 450. He has to stay healthy here. If that heavy gets taken down, you have to imagine someone's gonna sneeze on it.
Jacob goes
He's
in
just
again.
gonna sack it. They need to catch him before he just taps it every time. But they're sacking it onto it. Dotwood trying his best to stay alive. Pulls out his minigun, but the banner saves him for now. He will get taken down.
Jacob sees his opportunity, but Pickles, so huge, sees it coming in, stops it. The spy and the soldier
Uber
are
out.
both dead. Uber's popped
Blake
out.
60. Blake gonna get out of dodge. It's gonna be a full Uber ad for Witness. This is their best chance. It's their last chance. If you're Squirtyay here, you need to catch Jacob before he taps this. You need some breathing room. At a full Uber disad, there's no way you can hold this.
Oh, Lenny scoping
10
up
seconds.
Dotwit, assuming the position.
They need to
Jacob
catch
coming
Jacob.
in.
They're gonna Uber directly out of the cart. Dotwood gonna do his best to stall it out. They're sacking onto it. Everyone's on it. And it's just a scout. Fist heavy. Uber coming through. So much
Fixie's doing
damage
her
from
best
them.
to just keep people off him. The headshot on the blue is so
The
big.
Wrangler.
The
They can't
full
get
Uber
it.
is not enough. The gun's gonna go down. Where
It's not
is
over. 40
Jacob?
seconds.
They still have time.
It's still on the brink. Jacob's been tapping it with every life he has. They need to stop him from tapping it just once. If you're Squirtyay, he's gonna go up top. He realized tapping isn't enough. He wants to make a play. If he could find a med pick, any pick here, it'd be
Race
massive.
92.
Big kills.
Pixie's dead. Pixie's dead. There's no air blast. Pyro's not gonna be able to
Jacob
call
with the
him.
gun. Jacob gets the gun. They're sacked onto the
Gets the
Uber.
gun. They're sacking in. They're getting popped up, but they're still on it. But look, Fluid's
15
like
seconds.
have high ground. They have high ground.
The position swaps.
Scouts popped up. They're gonna get on it. They're gonna cap it with 7 seconds remaining. They needed to defend it last for 8 minutes and 12 seconds, and they only pulled 8:05. Zag. That is one of the most tragic endings for a half I have ever seen. But Witness take Swiftwater in the maybe hardest fought 2-0 I've seen in a while, and we are going to product.
On one hand, it feels sad that we're robbed out of a third round when Squirtyay started finally playing the map, but for Witness Gaming, that one was very hard earned, and all props go to Jacob. You know, in that situation where that cart is a hair's breadth away from going in, as the spy, it's your job to sack onto it over and over and just die to keep it tapped. Not a single time did he miss tapping it. Even when he got caught out, he found a way to finagle his way onto the cart and get that tap. And then when it was dire straits, when push came to shove, he said, I need to make this play. Went up top, stab and sap onto the gun. Without that, I'm not sure they cap it. Because if that gun stays up, the players on high ground, they can't be there.
And
that really was game
it
winning.
was that close, and Squirtyay lost 3 people ahead of time. Figsy cannot let herself get killed ahead of time like that. It was already a 96 going into that in favor of Witness, and they finally got it. But if you're Squirtyay, that might be the best way you can lose that, because now you have some momentum. You're feeling good. You're moving into product, which, excuse me, yes, it's Witness's pick, but it's also Koth, the game mode you just ran on.
Yeah, and if you are Squirtyay here, yes, that one stings, especially when you were so close. You only played 2 rounds. It's not the maximum, stingage, where you can say that was a map that they're comfortable on. That was not our first choice map. You're resetting into Koth. You looked superior on previous Koth. You saw Witness lose on this map with Lenny dropping an amazing stat line. If you can do better than somebody helped it at shutting down Lenny, you have to feel like you have a decent shot here if you're Squirtyay.
Yeah, it's... that's crazy.
Yeah, super crazy, right?
I don't even know what to say. I mean...
It was the Alamo. They fought with their lives.
It really was! It really was! Oh, that was exhausting. I cannot believe it took that long, and I mean... I saw someone in chat say it, and I gotta agree. The first time they send people up top, they win. That was 7.5 minutes of just sending people tracks repeatedly.
Yeah,
And
super
Squirtyay
chaotic
proved
round.
they will not lose to a tracks push. But we move into product. I think we're going to need to take a quick 30-second breather. So do not go anywhere, because if product is remotely as entertaining as that last hold, this will be one for the ages. Stay tuned. Welcome back, gamers and gamettes, to the RGL.GG Season 17 Invite Highlander Lower Bracket Finals, where we are on Map 3 between Witness Gaming and Squirtyay, where Witness Gaming just pulled off a 2-0 on Swiftwater, which may not seem like it was close, but the last half saw Squirtyay tasked with defending last for 8 minutes and 12 seconds, and they managed to hold it for 8:05 with Witness Gaming capping with just 7 seconds remaining. Insane defense right there. Really looked like Squirtyay had kind of lost their way on Swiftwater, but they come back, get some momentum as we move into map 3, which is going to be Witness's pick for a bit of a glitch in the map bans. But anyway, I am Alto, Zag to my side, Dolphin behind the camera. As always, Zag, how are we feeling?
Exhausted but ready for more. The end of that Swiftwater was a barn burner, and it took a lot out of us, but it definitely took a lot more out of the players. So now they're taking their well-deserved break, in between maps, coming into this one. Winner takes all here. Getting 4 rounds on product means you're a grand finalist. You get to face Run It Back for the title. Losing means you go home in 3rd place, and that is not something either of these teams think deserves to happen to them here tonight. So everything on the line.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be a very interesting map to finish it out because of the kind of rulebook violation. The picks were in a non-standard order. Despite Witness being the upper seed here, this is their only map pick coming into it. So both of the previous Asheville, which was a 4-1 in favor of Squirtyay, and Swiftwater 2-0 for Witness, were both Squirtyay's map picks. So Witness fought through the gauntlet. Now they're finally here to get a chance to fight on one of their own maps. But Koth is the game mode that I kind of feel Squirtyay has been better on this season. It's the game mode they already won 4-1. So both teams have, you know, have a fight here, and it's gonna be great to see who wins this and pulls this out.
Yeah, and while this is Witness's map, I want to point out that the way pick bans were forced to go, with Witness Gaming getting to choose this as the last pick, their options were either playing this or Vigil. And you have to imagine they take this every time, because they have not looked up to par on Vigil with some of our other teams here. And after how badly they played on Vigil last week against Run It Back, you gotta imagine Squirtyay would have been licking their lips at that chance. So even though they lost on product to Somebody Help in round 1 of playoffs, 4-3, you have to imagine they just thought this was their best chance. Let Lenny have a shot at carrying the game, as he can do. He's been very capable of doing it all season, and even tonight he's been playing fantastically. So that's where they're at right here with product. You know, it's kind of their last go-to. They have not been overwhelmingly strong on it, but they have an avenue to win.
It's their last bastion, their Alamo, if you will.
I mean, we saw how well that worked for Squirtyay.
CP Alamo confirmed for Season 18 RGL. But yeah, no, I think, as you said, this is a map Lenny can win it, and I feel like that is 80% of the story on this map, is that if who's ever sniper is doing better has been who's been looking better on cost so far. So if Scouty can channel what he pulled out in the opening rounds of Asheville, I think that there's a real chance Squirtyay can take this on the back of him. But if Lenny starts pulling off 12 streaks again, then looks like Witness may not be... Jacob will get his shot at the grand finals this season, as he does every season.
Yeah, and of course, with the focus around these snipers so much, it also has to be said that the classes who can take down these snipers consistently are going to be super important. Jacob basically sat on Scouty the entirety of Swiftwater. I feel like Scouty didn't even get the play when Jacob was on him, calling his position 24/7 or just going for the kill on him. So he'll be going for that as well. Paro, not been a slouch either with targeting that sniper, but it's going to be more important than ever.
Yeah, and Pajaro gonna have to kind of match that as well. We saw him at the end of that Asheville have a really huge, 5K with the revolver to really seal that one up. Not that pretty quiet from him on Swiftwater, so I hope he can come back alive on Koth again as well.
Yep, and of course I want to talk about the soldiers because we're going to see them, I guarantee you, marking the snipers as often as they can. I feel like Dur's been playing a fantastic game, even when he's been tasked with less than optimal roles on Swiftwater, where he's kind of just holding banner, trying to do his best to make up an 8-minute deficit. He's still playing well, and of course on Asheville, Koth, the adjacent game mode, he looked like a monster. So I think Dur is going to be massive key to victory for Squirtyay.
Yeah, that was one of the better soldier performances I've seen. So if they just, it's a different map, right? But at the same time, if they can channel those same timings, Squirtyay has a real shot at winning this.
Another thing we can go and mention while we wait for the ready up is we have an interesting scout matchup in Pablo vs. Wish. What is this, like later UGC seasons?
UGC season 25, probably? Sounds
Yeah.
about right, yeah. The
And both
last
these
one.
scouts, tons of experience taking the beam on product. Obviously, they've reached their peaks at like different points in time. You might argue one of them's peak was higher, but coming into this one, if one of them's able to take beam and just kind of diff the other scout and then walk forward, it's product. You can do that on scout.
Yeah, honestly, I've been surprised. Wish has been playing without a care in the world. The amount of times we saw him just go insanely deep on a
Wish
play,
mode, you may say?
knowing he's gonna die just to make people turn around, and then the Squirtyay capitalizes. That's really cool to see.
Yep, but with that, we're going to get into the first round of product. Map 3 in these lower bracket finals. Winner goes to Grands, loser goes home. Going to be Witness Gaming in blue, Squirtyay on red. Let's see how first mid rolls out.
Yep, we are
Immediate
set
bomb
up here. Immediate
onto
bomb,
Ray,
yeah, gonna be
solo,
denied.
dead.
But Ray, the first kill of the mid. Exile with the sticky snipe. Melon and Lenny gonna go down on the side. Plus is coming up, so there is a sniper ad right here, but no heals on the side of Squirtyay. All this damage is gonna stick. The heavy's dead right here. They may actually be winning this. The sniper diff, as it turns out, matters more than the med.
Yeah, no heals, no problem for Squirtyay. They're able to walk up, take the kills, and take the first point. Ray is back, charging Uber, but Blake now 90%. Huge ad for the side of Witness. Going to try and walk forward and get the first cap of the round nice and early.
Yep, and they are going to have Ray
Exile.
come back again. Yep, but Blake has full Uber right here, so going to have to see if they can defend this. We just saw them hold Swiftwater last. not needing
Jacob's
Uber
ready
ad
for the
more than
collapse.
once.
If Ray backs up into Jacob here, it's a free kill, but doesn't like
Ray
the
just
angle.
popped up.
Here it
He's
comes,
gonna walk
XL
back.
trying his best. Blake gonna go for the kill onto Ray, finds that one easily in the house on the cleanup. The rest of the players trying to clean up whoever is around. Kill onto Blake and Jacob and Flu. Witness Gaming, again, no medic, but they have the kills. They're gonna try and walk forward, try to get some damage. They're gonna lose Kira, but XL reflect type by Figsy.
Yep, great reflect coming in right there. Dotway gonna be taking out way more kills on the side of Squirtyay. Scouty finds himself 4. Blake also goes down in that. So which med is gonna start beaming first? Ray just ever so slightly, and that will be the point held. So full ad not gonna be enough for Witness Gaming coming in as point continue to be held, but that is gonna be Wish going down immediately. Pyro dead as well. The cap gonna come back in no time at all.
Yep, Cleaver onto Figsy, the rest of them are going to back up. Easy recap, or I guess first cap of the round for Witness coming in. Both meds about even Uber, but now is Lenny's time to shine. Hits a 150 on the Scouty. Scouty needs to get a heal and a buff before he can try his hand again at this SVS. XL forward on the point, looking to get some sticky traps in favorable locations. Pre-spamming up for Scouty on China, but just going to rotate onto Cliff.
Yep, and Pajaro caught out again. Jacob in on Rock, gonna find Kira too. Not turning around, so no demo right now for the pushing Squirtyay. Fulor's caught out though.
Blank is a no man's land.
Blank, yeah. Bombs, nothing really, an empty porch. And that's going to be Uber coming up on the side of Blake. Not other than U-Pop, and it's going to be a better Uber for Ray coming in. Wish caught out for a split off from the beam right here. They're going to try not to use. I don't think they're going to have to. Jacob and XL both go down. Blank hightailing it out of there. Blake, excuse me. And that's going to be the cap coming back in. Time lead still in favor of Squirtyay, as is the Uber head.
Yep, Ray keeping that Uber is massive for Squirtyay. They're going to be able to just hold still on the point. Scouty up on these crates. Has a buff. Looking to do something with this angle. He's on a 5k right now. 6k make it. Topping the score for his team. But Lenny's the one who finds the opener onto a peeking Figsy.
Yep, so no Pyro right now means that any bombers or spies could have a bit of a window. Uber going to be popped out here. Feeling pressured. Gonna force back all of Witness. But no frags coming across. Pyro, the only one to go down there, trying to collapse in from behind.
Look at Dalway.
Watch the concrete push. Oh, it's about to put us in the middle of a lot of blue players. Yep, gonna get 2, but Kira dead as well. That's mainly a dead combo for Squirtyay, which means the cap to come in.
Jacob
Scouty
gets
dead,
2.
gonna just finalize it.
Yeah, Jacob shutting down Scouty there at the end. He's gonna let Lenny set up. Free Rain coming through, and he's gonna take down Wish immediately. Scout for the side of Squirtyay, gonna have to get the respawn going. 35% Uber for Ray, 100 for Blake. A minute deficit on the clock for Witness, but this is how you get the comeback started. Hold on the point with the ad, get Lenny posted up, let him do some work. A lot of players now rolling up concrete side Dalwet. We've seen him do so much work from this connector, but Blank marking immediately.
Big jump, yeah, gotta take out Scouty. That just lets them play wide right here. So many deaths, they're not even really gonna be able to stack. Ray already up on 75, no chance to force. So they're just, I think, gonna wait for their spawns, then take an exchange. They still are
Lenny has
up
Kira in his
about
sights.
40 seconds, but yet Lenny on the
Scouty's
boxes
gonna take
here.
the peek. He gets head body shot and then shot by a rocket. It's basically an SVS win, as the rest of the combo not gonna walk up. Ray 100% Uber, gonna be able to pop out of the pocket here. Gonna try and walk forward. Don't ever kill
So
they can.
early.
Immediate out of Blake. No one takes any damage.
Pyro coming and gets his knife melted, otherwise could have gotten Lenny.
Jacob,
unfortunate. Is Casey gonna get stabbed out as well? Yep, Jacob's coming in. Gonna get panned off with China, but they're dead. So is Dotwet. The concrete players are falling, and this defense is going to hold right now for Witness Gaming.
Blake is 1 HP, taken down by Wish. Don't went to that soldier, but what does it really mean? As time now ticks in favor of Witness Gaming, Uber is at least even, and would spawn ad both snipers. Oh, Lenny hits a headshot onto Scouty, a double headshot. Lenny's destroying him in this first round coming in. Kira on caution, gonna try and do some work with the stickies. Paharo, a well-needed shutdown onto Lenny there, as Squirtyay gonna get their first recap in a while.
Yeah,
Jacob,
I want to check Paharo.
Oh my god.
I think Paharo just switched off his bicycle after failing the stab last time. Now goes back on knife, and I think he got the stab while he was on fire there. Uber, though, popped out, but Lenny peeking from Korea finds Ray. That is going to be a huge kill on there. Stops the leapfrog. Time's just evened out, too, but Witness Gaming now in the driver's seat for this round.
Yep. Blake, 25% Uber. He might have if overtime goes a bit longer than normal, but both teams gonna have to play drive for now. Squirtyay have to make the walk-up Normandy with Lenny and Exile firing down upon them. It's gonna be difficult. Scouty needs to find an opening. He's been getting destroyed in SVS. Jacob gonna be calling him out. He is seen, and there's Lenny, another SVS win.
He needs to be playing the Boss Lenny just got Ray. I think that's it for this round. Pajaro dead as well. And I mean, we mentioned whatever sniper's, you know, going to be playing better, likely going to win. Lenny absolutely declaring himself the victor of this first round. Gonna get off another headshot onto Scouty. I think that one counts for the logs, if I'm being... It was
I think it
close,
happened before
but...
time ended. It was close. Either way, he's on a 5 streak against Scouty. I think he's doming him. So, yeah, it's been a completely one-way street in SVS. And Lenny just... We mentioned it. He can win this map for his team. And round 1, that looks like what happened.
12 and 4 that round. 2 med picks, 2 sniper picks. So probably not quite doming, but definitely one of those SVSs later. Lenny already opening up onto top flip. Blank finds Scouty on cliff. Ray's down to Lenny. Lenny taking control of product, showing
It's a 4v5, and the health is terrible on both sides. They're going to sack in. A lot of kills coming through, but Blake's still healthy enough.
Yeah, the med really is the diff there. All that damage was not sticking to the side of Witness Gaming, and Lenny again showing up on this mid, doing right where he left off in that last round. He is a problem that Squirtyay needs to figure out a way to fix.
Yeah, don't take Lenny to product, otherwise this is what he can do. We saw him do it to somebody help, and now he's looking to do it to Squirtyay. This time maybe actually win the map. We'll see if he can get that one through. He's going to be posted up on pocket full buff. They're just protecting him like he's their royal guard right now. And
big sack coming in.
They can't get anything.
Oh, no, they do!
Oh, Scouty!
No damage on Blake, but Scouty lands the headshot, forced into the sightline. Those feel the
there's
worst
the dom.
as a med. Yep. Yeah, Lenny now doming Scouty. I think that's number 3 onto him for the half. Got an assist on the when he helped out
Rocket. Yeah.
Yep. So they do get the drop there. Ray, though, only at 60, not even going to be able to push immediately. There's still time for something to go wrong.
Gets another one. With Wish down, who's going to push Exile off the high ground? Looks like it's going to have to be a soldier here. They're trying to mark Lenny. There's 2 placed rockets.
Umbas him, takes out Lenny. Raid boss down. They can walk up right now.
Look at the level 3 by Hyphen. It's actually being quite a nuisance. Still alive, denying them from the cap. Will finally get taken down by Kira, but Witness Gaming by a decent amount of time from that. A minute off the clock for them. Scouty! He finds Blake though.
Ooh, another big kill onto Blake. This is how Squirtyay needs to get back in. This is finding those med picks. Scouty has been on the hunt, not going to let himself get entirely overshadowed by Lenny right now, and that's going to be Uber out for Ray. They can just play passive right now.
It's an SVS going to pop off on China here, but Lenny going to drop down. Jacob taken down, as is Exile. No, Demo Man means this push has a bit weak legs. They're going to try to pop into it, see what kills they can get, but look at this. Blake is already far gone. No one going to be able to get a piece of damage onto him. Wish trying to group for some kills, but not going to find any. We'll get Flu, but that's about it.
And what's big here? They just used, but Blake only at a 10% ad. That's not even something you can realistically push off of unless you're extremely fast. We'll see how they continue to build, because it looks like Blake slightly increasing that, building a lot faster as the attacking med. But this could not be the ad they think it is.
Lenny scoping from pocket, hits a body shot onto Ray, taken low, and wins the SPS onto Scouty again. Will get killed by Pajaro on the backstab. Wish as well getting a revenge on that one. Not often the sniper doms the scout, but will not be the case anymore. Floor is going to go down. That dry attempt falls flat from the side of Witness Gaming thanks to that backstab onto the sniper.
Yeah, I'm almost positive this one Pajaro switched off to Bicycle because he knows he needs to be on knife. Melon is not going to let him get that stab, at least without setting him on fire first. And that's honestly been big because he's gotten 2 of them, whereas before he was getting none. Uber popped out early, but Ray already has, not an ad at all. They're going to come right back in on this. No kills other than Pickles found down.
Does a lot of damage.
Yeah, Lenny hit it with a shot, too. We're going to win the FPS of the Scouty right afterwards.
Darwet's controlling so much space, but not anymore. Lenny takes him down. Lenny just wins this point for his team once again. And they're going to get a cap. They've dipped into time disad, so Squirtyay, not a bad stint there on defense, but now they have to, again, walk up the hill into Lenny.
Zach, bit of a tangent. Do you remember what Rib banned into Witness last week?
Product.
I feel like it had to have been Product, and it's going to be next week assuming I win this. Lenny is controlling this game. This is a 1v9.
Yeah, at least has the royal guard to help him out here, denying some of these bombs. Spy gonna get him twice though, so we'll see if they can do it again. Lenny, another kill onto Figsy this time.
And
another
Pickles,
one onto Pickles. Uber forced through.
Out though. Blake gonna get a way later use, and they are getting no frags with this. Wish gonna be caught out as that fades. Pajaro as well.
Finally,
Scouty,
a revenge.
The revenge onto Lenny, and that could be all that they need right there. They're gonna walk
caught
up.
on concrete here. Yeah, they're gonna get Melon popped up and killed. Exile on fire. They're doing damage onto Exile. Is taken so low. almost burning out. Will burn out. He's gonna die to the Figsy detonator.
Blake
It's just
right now too. There's a dot right near him. Gonna choose his time to
Flu's
run.
gonna have to die for it.
Does
Yeah.
escape it. Yep. Scouty gets stabbed too. Jacob gonna make sure his
Good
man
serve
gets out of
by
that zip.
Ray.
Cap not
Hyphen.
done through yet.
Yeah, they're trying to back up from the sacks. A lot of damage was dealt onto Ray. They're gonna get dot wet, but in the end, Ray stays alive. Maintaining that Uber is crucial for Squirtyay as they're gonna get the cap. 25-second deficit, but it's a-okay for them. 15-second spawn timer. They're gonna have to wait for that.
Yeah, even more, honestly, closer to 17. I mean, he died right as the cap went through. Pyro in spawn.
Yeah, he's getting hunted by like 4 players, but does make it out.
The crust.
Does get out, so we'll be able to impact the fight yet. Nope, never
Let's
mind.
go down,
Busted it
yeah.
down. You should just stay in spawn.
Scouty though, gonna win the
huge
FPS on the Lenny. That's huge for the post right now. It's just a big old wet noodle fight on the point. No one going down. Lots of shiny players, but the
Blank.
sniper ad.
Hogan on the sniper.
One coming in, finds Scouty. He keeps getting away with it. Cliff is not a safe space, and the other fragment
Flu gets arrowed.
coming
They're
in
staying
after
alive.
that.
Tons of damage coming through onto the point. Flu Walrus is a one-man army here. Has a scout, has a spy in his back now. Needs to do something. Will stay alive. Cap getting edged forward by Pablo. They're gonna contest it, but Wish is dead. Lenny is back, dominating dot wet. And with Flu getting that dom onto Pajaro, they get the cap. 35 seconds left. Meanwhile, 15 on the side of Squirtyay. Both meds about 50-60-ish%. This is gonna come down to overtime.
Slight ad for Blake though, so it's going to be an exchange coming in here, not an ad, even if for 10%. And Durr or Blank, excuse me, getting the kill onto Scouty, even when Lenny loses the SBS, so massive, allowing the rest of the team to play wide.
Scouty's going
but
China.
Ray, only 75. They're going to have to start going before this. They cannot wait for the Uber. They need cap time. Jacob's already done.
Popped
The
out.
Uber's popped out.
Look at he got Durr back midair.
Yeah, gonna get kissed right above caution. No cap time. Wish just now gets on it. But Pablo so
It's all
aggressive.
done wet.
Someone's no one's on it.
Tap it! Okay, in all fairness, it wasn't likely. They had less players, less health, but still tap it.
They had to go a little bit earlier, I feel
Yeah.
like, too. They did not give themselves the benefit of that. And it's gonna be 2-0 coming out from Witness. Lenny, by far the star here, but Squirtyay made that last round extremely competitive.
Yeah, because Scouty actually won some SVSs. You know, we saw him take, I think, 2 back-to-back. His team got some ground on the point. They got their time lower and lower, and that could have easily flipped their way if one or two more things went in their favor. But at the end of the day, there's a 2-0 start for Witness Gaming, getting the lead on product, and Grand Finals looms for Jacob, as it ever does.
Yep, same as it ever was. Actually, Lenny, never mind, I was looking at the wrong person. Yeah, 23-9. Insane performance right there. Just 12 kills the first round, 11 in the second. When you're putting up double digits on Koth, you are controlling the game. Blank as well, 15-8, cannot be discounted. Blank coming through with how many kills onto the sniper? 5. So Lenny had 5, Blank had 5. And it felt like almost every single time that Scouty managed to win an SVS, Blank was suddenly in his face.
Another thing, look at the heal difference between Blake and Ray. Blake up at 15-14, Ray not even hitting 13. So over a 2k heal a minute difference being put out between the medics right now.
Yep, Squirtyay not having the leisure to play around crit heals when they're consistently in an 8, if not 7v9, when people are just constantly getting picked off. Interesting note, too, is the heal diff in the soldiers. Blank getting 13%, Durr getting 4%.
Yeah, Durr's gotten healed less than his engineer by a lot.
And I feel like that is absolutely manifesting in terms of the 15-8 for Blank versus the 6-14 for Durr, because actually doing more damage is Durr, but he's dying for it, and he's not getting these high-value kills as often onto snipers. I know he got at least one, but Blank was consistently just nuking Scouty off the map.
Yeah, Blank, I mentioned Durr being a key to victory for Squirtyay here, but Blank just as impactful for Witness. We've seen him do this time and time again. It feels like Blank can find his man whenever he wants to. And definitely did in that half. So with the 2-0 lead, with Lenny playing another huge game, Witness Gaming find themselves on the precipice. Only 2 more rounds needed to go to the grand finals and hit the Run It Back rematch against Run It Back.
Zag, if this goes a little bit longer, we're gonna get Sunday Highlander.
That is cursed.
As yeah, we're coming. I mean, if you're Squirtyay, that is so unfortunate too, because even with Lenny going so strong, they almost had that round. I thought they could have had that.
Yeah, it looked like it was in their favor, but at the end of the day, they just didn't get enough kills when they needed to. They had Uber Dissad for the last fight. And even if they did tap that point, like I said, I don't think they would have actually, you know, won the ensuing fight. So,
Yeah.
Witness Gaming, winning by margins, but that's all that matters, really. And if Lenny starts popping off like he did in the first round, it's just such an uphill battle for Squirtyay.
Yeah, okay, first thing I want to see, Scotty can't go Cliff. Both mids, he's either lost the SVS immediately or Blank's nuked him off of it.
I want to see
Blank is just practicing the jump in, like, pregame.
Yeah, I want to see the concrete rollout. It's such a good way to cheese an early kill on the player peeking across caution, which most of the time will be like a heavy or a pyro or a high-value target. And if you want to avoid SVS, that's like the most common angle to go to immediately, because the only place you can take an SVS from is Cliff.
Yeah, you just pull that out. Yeah, you find someone peeking, or alternatively, you get the NG, you know, you get a heavy peeking Cliff if they're going to go there. Probably not. We've just seen once the heavies go concrete here, but yeah, you can't have your soldier just get nuked off of Cliff instantly. If Blank is reading the rollout, even if there's an engineer there with the speed he's coming in on, an engineer cannot stop him from just sinking 2 rockets.
Yeah, the advantage of playing a better class. For
Yeah.
has to sit there.
Yeah, TF2 is not equal.
As evidently shown by how Lenny is single-handedly pushing Witness Gaming over the edge.
Being requested to say hi to Yate, sitting cozy in chat. I think he's in the Rib VC2. Not in this match. Wonder what Buddy's doing, but that one's for Blank. So I think if you're Squirtyay though, we're kind of messing around because they are probably calculating all of the ways they can take out Lenny, because if he goes down, Witness probably goes with him.
Yeah, longest halftime of the series by far. It hasn't been close, and that's because this is the first time Squirtyay has found themselves truly on their last foot. Like, even on Swiftwater, you can say they readied up immediately because, like, the first half was such an anomaly where 5 minutes on defense into, like, crits offense, there's not really much to talk about there, right?
Squirtyay
Like,
held last for longer than they held the entire map in that second half of Swiftwater.
yeah, so now with everything on the line, of course, they're going to take their time and talk about it. We do have a notice from Dolphin, 60 seconds until the game goes live. Who needs to step up on Squirtyay for them to come back in this game?
I want to see Dur stepping up and getting more beam. I want to see Pajaro getting more kills, and really the biggest one is it's got to be Scouty.
Yeah, Scouty needs to find his way.
Other people can kill Lenny, but the easiest way is just man up, beat him in the SVS, and then win the game.
Yeah, we saw him do it in that first half on Asheville, so it is possible. It's not been the frequent thing we've seen from Scouty, typically keen to just avoid SVS, but when it's product and when Lenny's putting up MVP performances, someone's got to step up and do it.
Exactly. So we are 15 seconds zag. Does Squirtyay get around?
I think they get around. I think there's one round where Lenny's going to get put down, and like you said, if he goes down, it feels like Witness are susceptible to going down with him. So it only takes one round where Lenny gets sufficiently shut down, and I think Squirtyay have a very good shot in it.
So 4-1 is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, opposite of Asheville.
Alright, well, we are into what could be the last half of this match. Started out looking like Squirtyay may have found the answer to Witness Gaming, and now they are fighting to stay alive. Exile into mid. Those lock and loads coming across. Gonna
Cleaver hits Pajaro. He can't cross. Scouty first kill the mid.
Scout out the bomb coming in concrete. Blank looking to get behind. Already just popped through into main. Great reflex there by Figsy. But reflex pipe onto Ridge. Figsy gun down. Sniper's not even going to factor into this mid, as it turns out. As Jacob actually going to...
Ray's dead. Blake found the medic on the back out through the pocket, and that's just a free full Uber ad coming in for Blake. They get the point as well, so just did not
Lenny
going well
on
the
the
mid.
windowsill, looking into main. Kira about to peek this. He's hiding the dot too. Walks out. Oh, he sees the beam, but Ray baits it just well enough. That's when your sniper sense is tingling. Pyro got out, right?
He bumped on the cross and not going to have any impact so far. He got cleavered on mid and bumped on his first cross, so 0 impact so far. But they get kills onto Hyphen and Jacob, so just like that, they have Mana. Big bomb going to force the immediate pop, and Melon eats a lock and load. So 3 dead before that Uber goes off. Sack very successful for the side of Squirtyay, but now the real fight starts.
Kira finds Exiles.
Well,
Gonna get sniped immediately. I was just about to say, no kills yet for Lenny, and there he goes, right on to the Demo Man, which actually, that could have been a push if Kira stayed alive. Exile's a big pick. Without your own demo, it's definitely gonna be a lot slower.
ball into Blake. He's bleeding. Blake needs to back up. Pahara was in this house with him. Didn't get seen. He's gonna go for this med. Stuck by the dispenser. Can't get the pick for now. Gonna be a bomb over the black onto Blake.
Blank
and he
onto
nuke
Cliff
Scouty.
again. Same thing we've seen a number of times from him, and it keeps happening. The glow stick gonna come out onto Paharo. He goes down into the dirt, and the hold is successful. That said, they didn't use, so this is still an ad if they walk quickly enough. Blake at 75, though, they do not have time to waste.
But they're gonna have to waste. It's a
slightly late
solo.
pump.
It's a solo onto the scout now. 0 damage being dealt from this Uber. Melon takes a meat shot. That's about it. Sticks dead on point. Jacob gonna feint across, and yeah, that snipe onto Kira is just backbreaking. Exile free reign to do what he wants. So does Blank. He's seeking onto the sniper. Does get
Another
denied.
glow stick.
Will lose his life for it, but now the Uber is out.
Yep, and Scouty gonna take out the mini, but that's about it that they're getting right there. Flu and Blank are dead, but no presence, no pressure. Lenny standing tall. Hasn't been, quite rolling the same way. Scouty actually gonna win the SVS, so the door is open. Jacob hiding, not even cloaked up in main. Gonna walk out, and Dotwet fell for it. He didn't realize that was a spy. Then
He's looking for the sniper.
Though.
Yeah, so low. It will be Dotwet now walking onto the point with the help of Kira. They have sniper at big pipe onto Melon, gonna explode her. Dotwet gonna meet the same fate. In the meantime, fight going on the backline and Blank. Just a heat-seeking missile onto Scouty. Once again, he's still alive. Getting the pack onto Cliff. He's gonna bomb into the med. Ray, 1 HP. A revolver shot would do it. Anything would do it. What defended by 1 HP. Ray, Blank is still behind. They surely know. If he peeks his pocket, he just forces. That's a fear force.
Yeah, I mean, just so many bodies coming in. You're like, okay, well, clearly that storm's not over yet. Just get scared. I can understand it, right? Not been having, and it's not easy when you're playing med in fear of the enemy sniper at all times. But their one brief moment of tapping that point going to end in just over 30 seconds. So soon to be a 2-minute time lead for Witness Gaming. They have Uberad. They're about to put themselves on match point.
And Lenny still here, standing tall, posted up. Any kills are so disruptive, but Jacob gonna chime in, so will Lenny. This is an Uber without your scout. It's just gonna be Exile trying to do what he can. And immediately everyone explodes. That Uber had no chance. Oh.
Yeah, but Scouty finds Blake. That could be the slight opening they need. I mean, they're just so far back. Look how far up everyone on Witness is playing. Dotwet takes the telly. It's getting cammed. They're not even going to be able to make it 2-point Uber ad be damned. That is 3-0 for Witness. They're about to return to the grand finals where they believe they belong.
And that's the most decisive round we've seen so far on any of the COD maps so far. And that's just a sign that Witness Gaming have hit their stride firmly. Squirtyay cannot find their answers.
Lenny didn't even do anything.
Yeah, that's how you really hit their stride, is because Lenny didn't want to be 9 that round. So the rest of the team is now playing up to par. Squirtyay have to overcome an entire Witness Gaming instead of just killing Lenny. Things are getting difficult. They're going to go fast on mid. Dur trying his best. They're going to actually kill Lenny immediately as they do Exile. No Scouty or Kira, though. Neither team, a demo or a sniper. Either way, more kills for Witness Gaming. There's nothing that's Ray can do. They have to leave, but Ray caught by Blank. Huge rocket. Gonna help take her down.
Blank just getting away with crimes on these mid-fights. Gets behind, kills Scouty, stays alive, kills Ray 2 rounds in a row here. Just has the sauce, I don't know if you need to just have Scouty play with Bigsy more or what, but something has to be done to keep him alive because a mini sentry is not enough to stop a fast bombing soldier. That said, wins the SVS, creates a huge opening right here, but it is Uber Gazette.
Yeah, they will at least get to walk forward for the first time in the round. It is only 30 seconds on the clock. Here comes the Uber. Great
Great
reflection
air
of Bigsy.
blast. Great air blast from Bigsy. Sends Exile back to his own rod. Reflex air shots Blank, I'm pretty sure. That is going to be no Uber, no problem. And that is Blake chasing down Blake in main. Melon gets a reflex pipe. But Lenny answering on to Ray with the salvage. That is so big.
I can't justify Ray standing out on caution when you don't know where Lenny is. He's alive. Press tab. Just sit behind rock and wait for your team to locate him on the back out. That's essentially handing away Uber ad that would have gotten you firmly back into the round. So now Blake, another ad. Once again, they're going to have spawn timers as well. Going to be able to walk back up. Paharo dead immediately. 16 seconds on him. Jacob stalking the sniper. Another heat-seeking missile taking him low. Reflect, he gets the kill anyway. And they're going to collapse on this one firmly.
Yeah, Blank goes down this time, but not before he's enough of a distraction to get Scouty. That cap comes right in immediately. Ray switching to crits.
I feel like you have to, yeah. You can't just keep sitting here at Uber side. You need to make a play somehow, some way, and they're gonna put some players onto concrete here. Walk Dur and Dot Wet through, see what they can get. Headshot ringing out onto Scouty. He's getting destroyed in SVS over and over again. He did find one before. He needs to find another. Exile dead immediately, though. Wish great meat shots onto the Witness Gaming demo. Gonna give them some space.
Yep, that is a very successful try. It's going to get the Uber. They have tons of cap time, too. Lenny wins the SVS onto Scouty, but with so much time, United could just walk it in right afterwards. Yet Pickle's on it. Going to end up taking that point over. Only Scouty going to get extended, too. Not the ideal
Ray's
prospect.
one.
He just needs time,
Swipes into Lenny's scope.
Finds Ray again. It keeps happening, Zach.
Yeah, I mean, their health was just so bad behind that rock. Despite having picks, they did not have any space. Make it 6 for Lenny. Make it 7 for Lenny. Why not? This man wants to go to the grand finals right now.
Feels like he should have been there already. That whatever performance happened against Rib, they are putting that far behind them. Witnesses locked in their lane, moisturized, flourishing, and Squirtyay, it's looking like cannot stop them.
Yeah, they'll have a minute and 15 to figure something out, although it's another 50% Uber diss side. They go back to crits, I didn't see, but Jacob just camping Scouty immediately out of spawn, stair stabs him in the house even, so it's just insult to injury at this point. Lenny's still standing on the rock, denying all of this space.
Yep, and that stab, Scouty clearly not the best spot right here. They're trying to dry this, but they are not able to find any purchase. Pajaro finally comes alive, 2 kills onto Blank and Flu. Big picks for him right here, but there's already so many dead. They're going to need to wait for spawn before they can really get back in here.
Yep, Scouty back alive, hit a body shot into Lenny, force him off the angle, headshot into Dalwet, takes him low, and here comes the Uber. They're actually hopping in on Melon. Melon trying to go in with the detonator, get some jumps through, but not too much going. The Pirate Uber is difficult after all, will go down. Solo Exile, Pajaro, a nice backstab for him, as this point gonna go in favor of Squirtyay. Jacob knife melted, they're trying to find him. Revolver out, trying to shoot in the back, but can't quite get it. Lenny though, 8K, standing on China, still a threat.
If dropping down, gonna get himself onto Rock.
Headshot, Dawet Zed. They're forced to Uber, they have to, they're so scared of Lenny, but they're not even close to getting Blake.
Yeah, Exile gonna go down, that is it. So,
Headshot.
oh, look at Flu just walking
Headshot.
in, enough room. Lenny gets number 9. Likely gonna find double digits before this round is over. Pajaro takes out Blank, so no soldiers to chase out. Ray will stay alive, but with such a big Uber diss out in 20 seconds, things do not look good.
Hyphen hits the GG Roblox time as Wish subs into the playoffs. Oh my god, as the last chance saloon for Squirtyay trying to run in onto the point. Scouty dead again, Jacob just sitting on him as usual. Melon will die, but Figsy dead, Uber out onto the point. This one looks as good as done. Squirtyay need kills right now. They will get Lenny. Finally they find the shutdown, but here comes Blake in with some damage. Will get the kill to Pickles. Cap allowed to go over, but with these elongated spawns, you have to imagine this one is done. Blake bombing in onto the combo. So much damage, such a distraction. Everyone's getting in on the fun. That's going to be the Cap for Witness. That's the 4-0, and that's a trip to the grand finals.
If Jacob will not be denied, says, I'll do it myself, as you said, puts on that Infinity Gauntlet, snaps, and Squirtyay disappears. Gone from playoffs. 3rd place locked up for them, which honestly, after the way they started their season, the fact that they're able to take a map off of Witness in, is good from them if you spell it out in the moment. But that said, after that dominating actual performance, you gotta feel a little disappointed.
Yeah, I'm sure if you told them they'd go out to Witness 2-1 in lower bracket finals at the start of the season, that would have been like, all right, decent season, but they felt like they deserved more. They felt like they could do more.
Exactly, dodge Sunday Highlander.
Just barely 1 minute short.
God, how awful. I bet no one ever did play Highlander on Sundays. But yeah, I mean, good performance by them, but just Lenny has to... The 2 stories here have to be 1, Lenny, 2, Witness pulling themselves together.
Yeah, I really do feel like Jacob coming in made all the difference, because even if you can say that like the physical impact with kills in the game was not the main contributing point, it is just the fact that he leads teams to victory in Highlander. That's just what he does. And they look completely transformed on Swiftwater. That's the metric I want to go by, because they looked completely out of it last week against Run It Back. And now, if you're running back, watching how they played those defenses, you're thinking, this might not be so easy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I still think the game plan is set, right? You clearly see this and say, all right, don't give them cough. and Rib has the upper seed too, has everything in their power to force the double stopwatch. But granted, what we said too that I think is worth noting is that if Witness wants, they can limit it to one payload and force them to take the steal.
Yeah. And remember, Squirtyay didn't actually look good on steel when they played.
No, Rib looked horrendous on steel.
Rib, yeah.
Rib looked so bad on steel, there were questions of match throwing, which is not what happened. But something to keep in mind, right? Because you think about it, and yeah, it looked so bad, but, you know, you assume that Witness has to go into this. They have to ban Vigil, right?
Yeah.
Because that is, do not let Chalk get Vigil again. He's gotten away with it too many times so far. You ban the Vigil, they pick Swiftwater, right? So you have Swiftwater, which maybe you, even if you assume that's just a Rib win, right? What other map do they win on?
They'd have to play Proot, right?
Probably Proot. I mean, I think Witness banned that, so they may even... Witness banned Proot last time, I think, so they may even look towards taking the Asheville against them, which I still think is doable for them. If they play Asheville like they played Product, that's doable.
Yeah, Witness did look vulnerable in Asheville. On the Koth map, where it's hardest for a sniper to just, you know, put on the carry pants and 1v9 it, like, if Lenny can only do that in 1 out of 5 rounds, you're willing to take that, you know?
Yep, and then if you're Witness, you pick a Koth, you ban upward, right? Now all 3 payloads are either picked or banned, and it's between Steel and the last Koth, so... Is it? Am I missing something? You ban Vigil first, right? Rib picks Swift, then they ban upward. Yeah, so it's Steel and probably Proot left. Which Proot actually is a map that I think Rib looked pretty good on, but way different it seems facing Witness on Koth versus on Stopwatch or Payload.
Yeah, the pick ban definitely has a lot of variance that could come in next week, and I'm very excited to see what it could be. Hopefully for Witness, they get their pick and ban on time. I feel like it'll be necessary in that series if they don't want to give up 2 really good maps for the side of Run It Back, but it will be Witness going into that grand finals, fighting for a chance. They will need a bracket reset, so we'll have to be 2 back-to-back match wins for them. Squirtyay, again, condolences for the 3rd place finish. Hell of a season, especially with how that one started out. Played, improved, got decently close, took a map in the lower bracket finals, but it was not your season.
Yeah, and again, I want to reiterate that I think when we saw Witness upset Team Fun last season, part of the reason why, to me, I feel like there's always going to be, not an asterisk, but a little bit of like a note on that, is that it happened on the same 2 maps, right? Witness Gaming last season only beat Team Fun on 2 maps. Witness Gaming now as the 1 seed cannot let it just be Swiftwater and Vigil, right? They have to make Rib show they can beat them on a 3rd map. And they're going to have at least, you know, even if they win this one, they're going to have to do it again. So Rib's going to have the opportunity to show that, but if you're Witness, you cannot let them go out on just Swift and Vigil.
Yeah, so we'll see what that pick and ban has in store.
ban Vigil, just do it. It was the map that they almost lost, that Team Fun lost last time because they kept banning Vigil when they needed to ban Steel, but make us see a 3rd map, please.
We'll see if they can do it, as we have now ticked into Tuesday on the East Coast, so, or I say Tuesday, Sunday. Hopefully we don't go to Tuesday and Monday. Don't blame me, I cast Highlander on Mondays. This is the routine, okay? Saturday Highlander's the anomaly. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, no, it actually feels like a Monday, too, in the sense that my advanced team is in lower bracket finals as well. They're playing it tomorrow, and I got a pug scrim together on Thursday that I scrimmed in. So I'm like, yeah, I played in that, and then I casted 2 days later. I rang on Saturday and I'm casted on Monday. It definitely can throw your clocks off a bit. But again, yeah, so it's not even going to be a week until the next Highlander match. Yeah, come back in 48 hours where we'll have the grand finals of Rib versus Witness Gaming. With the notable caveat that Rib is the 1st seed.
Yeah, pick ban, definitely going to be interesting here in probably the next 24 hours, right? You got to imagine they got to get it in soon.
I think it's already done. I think what RGL does is that both of the 2 lower bracket finals teams do a pick ban during the week as like a potential one. So if they win, the maps are already picked.
I feel like that's a bit strange because ideally you'd want the intel on the lower bracket finals match for the upper bracket team before you make your picks.
You would, but because the lower bracket often gets rescheduled to Sunday 9:30, the grand finals team needs to know what maps they're playing ahead of time. so that they can scrim them on Saturday,
I
Sunday,
guess that's true. Yeah.
rather than because if this match took place Sunday 9:30, you do map picks then, and then you get one scrim on it. When like the team that wins LBFs could look at the grand finals team scrimmed and say, all right, let's just pick the map they didn't scrim. It's not optimal in either situation, but I think it works the way that it does. So the map's probably already picked, so we can only hope that Vigilant Swift don't get through or just ban Swift, ban one of the two, right? Make them beat you on a third map.
Who knows? Maybe they're confident enough on Swift that they're willing to run it back for Witness Gaming as their pick, but I'd need to see something. I mean, I did see something tonight, so I don't think it's out of their own possibility, but I don't want to drag this out for too long here. We are into the next day, and honestly, it's been a very long match, so I don't have anything else to add to this one. Grand Finals, 48 hours from now. I think it's going to be a good one.
Yep, even less. Make sure to be in. That will be Monday, 9:30 at the standard time. And there's no kidding that, April Fool's Day Highlander, but it's going to be as serious as it gets. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around all this time. We'll see you Monday.